5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
Velvet Street to the King Power lights.
We've lived the glory, we've fought the fights.
5,000 to 1. They said no way.
But Leicester City won the day. Leicester till I die. Blue army standing high.
Through the highs and lows,
Foxes always rise.
Rage scars once more.
Hear the city roar. Leicester never quits the fight. Leicester till I die is right. Leicester, 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 Leicester till I die.
Well, good evening. Here we are again. It's like buses. You wait for one, and they all come along at once. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah, it's almost crept up on me a bit. I completely forgot this morning we had a game tonight. So, yeah, and we've definitely been reminded by that team selection we have, haven't we?
Well, we will be going through that in a moment. It is going across the bottom. There's a couple of ones that I'm thinking, actually, yes, I quite like that one. But there's others that, of course, we won't. And people will argue either ways. Hi, David, 4-1. I don't think I'll be taking that up.
No, it needs to be more like 20, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. And Gray is in. Hi, Gray. He said, just a run out tonight.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that. I mean, the thing is that, like, looking at the last couple of games, you know, we were really looking to get points, weren't we? Performance, we hopefully could build into that. I think that's completely switched tonight, Chris. I mean, a performance for me is probably more important than anything else because a cup we can't realistically win at this phase of where we are. So let's look for a better performance, at least something to take into MK Dons at the weekend.
I mean, yeah, if we lose, to be honest with you, I don't really give a shit. You know, less matches, and we've got an extra cup in this division anyway. Less chances of players getting injured. I don't know. Reese is in. Hi, Reese. He's excited. Well, he's finished all his washing and got it hung up, so he is. And Tom is in. 2 Toms. I suppose you could say that's a Tom-Tom.
Yeah, exactly. We're a sat nav and we're driving towards probably Leicester losing tonight, everyone. But you know, we'll get into the team in a minute and the good and bad of it there, Reese, as well.
If you're happy and you know we clap your hands. Come on, Tom, cheers.
I've got a microphone in this one, so I can't clap my hand. You set me up for that one.
You know, have you not got a stand you can put your microphone on?
No, I've tried and it keeps falling out, so I've got to get a better one and I could be hands-free, you know. Or maybe I'll get a headset, you know.
Yeah, experience tonight. Look, you know, let us let me realise, honestly, this crept up on me. I am so totally not prepared for this show. It isn't true. I just hope Leicester are. I mean, I hate to say this, but Leicester City 1, Burton Albion 2. What are we looking for after that performance?
Well, we need to see better, don't we? And it's happened to come up against a team that's in the Premier League that's gone out and spent £150 million this summer. So, you know, there's a little bit of concern there, isn't there, you know, because of the trend that we saw. Because really the Burton Albion game, Chris, was a step back from the Notts County one for me, which was the concern, isn't it? You want to try and arrest that slide, you know. But, of course, like we're saying, like with the rotation we're seeing as well here, I think it's one of those nights just to look at, can we see some glimpses of hope? I mean, we've got quite a threadbare squad at the moment. We've got a busy week coming up in the transfer window where we could see 9 players out. We could see 9 players in, even, you know, maybe not 9 in, 6 in, maybe at most, perhaps. But you get my point and my drift there, don't you? I mean, so if we could see perhaps a little bit of competition coming in from some of the players starting tonight who haven't had an opportunity yet, that is something we can take, definitely.
just very quickly on that, I mean, and it is deadline day next Tuesday, and what the bloody hell are the EFL doing? Why do they arrange matches on deadline day?
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Because I think it also should be a bit more of a feature night almost as well. And you could probably create some excitement out of it if you're the EFL. It seems to be a forgotten admin side of thing. But in North American sports, you make a big thing out of draft days and all this, don't you? So, I don't know, it's a bit of a gap for me. They should do something a bit more exciting.
It's just, well, different wankers, same sport, you know. And I mean, they do it the Premier League. I just don't get it. If they shut the window at 5, I'd get it, but they shut the window at 11. So why not make these matches Wednesday? Oh, it's for TV, and they're going to have so many matches on the tube. What about the fucking fans?
Yeah, exactly. It's bizarre, isn't it? But I don't know, mate. I guess they got to squeeze them all in somewhere. This is a highly competitive one, and we know the next round of the Carabao Cup is going to have some adjustments because, of course, we're going to be eating into Premier League clubs' European time slots as well now, aren't we? So, yeah, this cup is sort of becoming the forgotten one.
I don't think we're going to need to worry about the next round, Tom.
No, I know we're not, but in the grander scheme of things, the Premier League sides, they are, of course.
Indeed, I'm being facetious. Tony, thank you very much for your kind words, sir. He loves the intro song. Right, let's get into it. And I'm going to say, there's going to be a few reunions tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be a few. I mean, we've got the starting lineup. Are we going to do our starting lineup first, or are we going to talk about the Ipswich? Yeah, okay, so crack on with that.
Do this first, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, first of all, first thoughts.
Well, first thoughts are, I think everyone's going to be looking at this. It's been mentioned in the chat already. No centre-backs in this lineup at all. I mean, Oluko, yeah, maybe he can play a centre-back. He's had a little bit of historical experience in the academy doing it. And we've questioned if that's maybe something we could look at doing with him, perhaps. But he's probably more suited as a right-back or an emergency left-back cover, right? But, yeah, interesting to see Luke Thomas there at centre-back for me, Chris. I don't know if this is a bit of a message Russell Martin is sending to the board a little bit here, because if you look on the bench as well, there's only Suter on the bench, so no Coley, there's no Kayvon Gray, there's no Daniel Omarty from the academy either. So it's not as if he's gone in and brought a load of academy defenders just to go, well, at least I've got centre back options. It's very much just these guys and one on the bench. So I think that is a bit of a message, really, isn't it, to the head of recruitment? It
is. Look, Aluko, main position right back, other positions centre back and left back, so he can play anywhere across the thing. Look, Thomas at left back. Well, he's not. He's centre back, isn't he? He has played, and I'm wondering whether McFarlane's going to be playing inverted and go more forward, because I have seen Thomas, I don't know what manager it was, play the left-hand side of a back three.
Yeah, exactly. We have seen that, and we saw it with James Justin, didn't we, a little bit at a previous point as well. So I guess in some ways it's not something that's like, say, for example, chucking a striker back there to do the job, right, or anything like that. But it is still quite concerning, because you say in the last couple of games, Luke Thomas is starting to get a little bit of heat already this season for his defensive side of his game. So to rely on him as part of the back two there is quite interesting.
I mean, maybe it's a case of, we don't want you to going forward because you're no good at getting back. I don't know. Also, you've got to say, look, we should be happy because there's no Coley or Suter.
Well, he said Suter's on the bench, isn't he? And
but not in the starting lineup, is what I mean.
Well, no, this is it. I think this is the thing we got to look at in the rest of the window, isn't it? Because I mean, I don't think there's any centre back partnership in the football club right now you could put out there that the fans are going to go, well, that gives me a little bit of confidence here, and then that's compounded more by the style of football, isn't it? The passing out from the back and these players bringing on pressure to themselves and making mistakes. I mean, I lost count of the amount of times against the last team we played, Burton Albion. We could have given the ball away at the back, and given them a goal. It's and against a team like Ipswich tonight, that's something which is quite concerning, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I can say we've got to be careful we don't roast Russell here before we've even kicked a ball, because for me, thank God, Coley and Suter aren't there. And what, you know.
Who else is there? This is the crazy thing, Chris, isn't there? I mean, it's not going to be Wout Faes because he's obviously going to be going out the door, and he's got a terrible relationship with the fan base now as well. And a lot of us don't want to see him. We'd like to see Caelan Gray, but for whatever reason, like he's not getting a look in anywhere, is he? He's like the next one up from the academy. We'd probably like to see have a look here, but it just doesn't seem to be in any sort of thought process for the club. It means he's probably going to go out on loan in a minute. But I don't know who else there is, Chris.
Well, there's the new defender we've got, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name.
I can say it. Hang on. It is Kangas Nami.
Genghis Kangas.
He sounds like a moderately powerful Pokemon, doesn't he? That could be quite helpful. Give Charizard a run for his money.
But I get the what you're getting at. I mean, we've announced it as a bit signed, sealed, delivered. Everybody's saying, it's not been put on the Leicester City website yet. Well, by Friday they will have announced it. If you want to wait, for the club to announce it, I'm 65. I'm not going to be alive that long,
There is some speculation he's down there tonight with the team actually as well. So if you're at the ground and keeping an eye on us, have a look around. You might see him sat there up with the directors or something.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, apparently he's done all his media work.
There we go.
Might be announced before. Well, not to say whether he's announced before the game. It's at Ipswich, so he probably won't be. McFarlane, look, we've been shouting for him to come in. I'm excited by that. Am I too excited just because he's got Manchester City on his CV?
I think we're probably just excited because he's not Luke Thomas, with all due respect to Luke Thomas. So, I think that's what a lot of it is, isn't it? A lot of fans have wanted to see a little bit of change there. I would have liked to see Koulibaly in that position by now. And I'm quite surprised he's starting as well tonight, Chris, because obviously Hamza's missing out. Koulibaly's in, but there's rumours about Koulibaly maybe leaving the club and a couple of other players in this 11, isn't there? So it's interesting to see the ones he's picked and why. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what McFarlane can do tonight, especially when he's a bit compromised, perhaps, by not playing with someone on his left-hand side who's going to be a normal feature in Luke Thomas as well, right? So that's interesting decision making.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I mean, if he was to leave out everybody who was leaving, you probably would be playing five-a-side football. I mean, the way I look at this is who's more likely to leave, Wout Faes, Coley, or Koulibaly.
Yeah.
And I think Koulibaly is further down the list. I liked him in the pre-season. Look, he scored a goal. So, fingers crossed he can repeat that today. Look, we never saw enough of him once we'd signed him. That he was treated badly. But he's come back from Italy. I'd like to see him as part of the squad for the season. I really would. And as Gray said there, Hamza looks like he's going to Derby.
Yeah, well, it depends on the money, doesn't it? Because there's one thing we know about Leicester City this window is they are, either to their credit or their not credit, depending on how you view the player in particular, they're holding out for the top price they feel they can get for these players. I think Mavrididi would have gone by now if they haven't been holding out for a certain figure, running to around £6 million, Chris. So it'd be interesting to see if Derby have got the money that the club wants for Hamza Chowdhury. What that is, we don't know at this time.
We don't. Who do you reckon out of that lot there then is playing that holding midfield?
I think it's going to be Braybrook. I think the way it's lined up on the screen there is probably incorrect slightly. It's not your fault because everyone else has put it, including the club, this way. I'm going to assume it's going to be Braybrook and Page as those two.
We copied the club, so I know.
Well, exactly, yeah. I think it'll be Braybrook and Page, and I think Chaplin. And then I think you'll see, obviously, Howell on the right, Watson on the left.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get it up here.
It's interesting though because Russell Martin's done this a couple of times with his team selection. He's put Cullen in that position, hasn't he? When Cullen's primarily meant to be on the right, perhaps, isn't he, or a 10 role? So it's almost like he does it, and there's a bit of versatility there between them all. Because you've already mentioned, obviously, the way we play with inverted wing backs. So Koulibaly and McFarlane won't be overlapping on the outside; they'll be coming into central midfield. So perhaps they will be sat deeper in this normal lineup and pushing forward, right?
Yeah, I mean, Skip can't play because he's on a red card, so he's banned tonight anyway.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, look, Braybrook, no Alves, interestingly.
No, I'm actually quite happy about that because, we all have that little bit of concern in the back of our head regarding, if he gets hurt, where are we going to be in next week? Because I was giving us the comparison to Huddersfield Town last week, wasn't I? I was saying so far he's looked like our only creative player, which is what he was for Huddersfield last year. And whenever he didn't play, they looked like they couldn't score a goal, they couldn't win a game of football, and we've kind of ended up in that position. So I'm quite glad not to see him tonight. I don't think it's a game you want to risk anything happening in.
No. Bristrick, I hope he gets 90.
Yeah, I think the thing with Bristick is he's got to just get some experience in the English game, hasn't he? And this will be a higher standard of defence he's going to have to come up with up against a normal. But I think it's a good game to get him out there, And I think the alternative is still what Bobby Decordova-Reid. I think with that and Luke Thomas being at centre back, I think that might have sent a few of us over the edge. But like I say, let's hope nothing happens to Bristick because we've got a lot riding on him staying fit as well, haven't we?
Yeah, the Mercury are saying that the signing is imminent. Braybrooke we know about. Page, nice to see Page in.
It is, isn't it? I'm really hopeful. If you talk about all the Leicester players we wouldn't particularly mind seeing leave the football club, right? There's at least a handful of them. You go, I wouldn't be too upset if they left tomorrow. I think Louis Page is the one I'd really like us to keep if we could. People talked about him maybe not being that physical. When he came on at the weekend, like he was getting pushed all over the place and pushing people back and showing he had more physicality in his game than what you might expect for his age. He's actually quite a beefy guy as well. I think that's helpful in this league. And I think he can only get better with us and we can get a better offer somewhere down the line. But I think it is that case of he needs to be playing first team football here, perhaps to keep him in the Leicester camp as such, right?
You were saying, he looked quite beefy. But yeah. Okay, then we've got Howell and Watson. Thoughts on them?
Yeah, I think this is exciting, actually, isn't it? This is the more exciting part of this lineup because I think from the cameos we've seen so far, we can see there's two players there. We could see that sort of you could liken Watson to perhaps Jack Clark playing for Ipswich Town tonight. He's got a little bit of magic about him, even though he can hit a ball from distance as well. And I just like his energy he brings into the team as well. And it is that fresh blood generally this football team has needed since last year, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's exciting just to give them a go and see how they get on. And and we can see maybe then they're going to put up a bit of a competition for places come the MK Dons at the weekend. Hopefully so, Chris.
Hopefully so. Chaplin is in there and is captain.
Yeah, I'm not so surprised by that. I think I said it to you a few weeks ago. So I thought Chaplin will end up being one of the captains here this season, just because Russell Martin trusts him and that experience he carries across from Ipswich. Once again, he comes in for that pedigree that Ipswich Town fans have said, look, he's a guy who's got a really good head on him. He leads by example, similar to Wes Burns, and that is definitely something we've lacked in the squad. It'd be nice for him to go out there tonight and really put in a leadership level performance, because there's something about us where we sometimes lack that sort of leadership in the team, isn't there? We looked a little bit wayward, and our heads get down. And I think if he can do that and just sort of, be the captain of the ship tonight, that'll be a really good start for his career at Leicester.
Was he a captain before? He was. Am I getting confused?
I think he was captain at Portsmouth, or at least he was in the leadership group at Portsmouth. But he was a Portsmouth Academy player who obviously then played a lot of his career at Ipswich.
Yeah, I thought he'd been captain at Ipswich.
He might have been, Chris. I can't quite remember.
Yeah. I was just, we talked about Bristrick up front as well. I'm just trying to. The BBC aren't helping me here in putting the actual, formations up. We know it's going to be 4-1-4-1, but who's where, there, and everywhere. Subs bench.
Yeah, we get 9 subs today because it's a cup, so that's more than usual. So it gives you an opportunity for a place on the bench for me, quite excitingly as well, Tommy Neal and Riley Carr. I think Riley Carr...
Jim will be happy. Jim will be happy.
He will. And I'd be quite happy to see him, because you think Mavrididi's about to probably be sold as well. Yeah. I think centre-back and striker is the main thing we've got to work on when we get Mavrididi out of the door and get some money in. So if Riley Carr could step up into that secondary or third sort of right midfield option for us, I think that's a position we don't have to go out and replace that in the transfer market. So, yeah, so I'm really glad to see that, Chris, because I really like the kid as well.
Just to go back, so is this Chaplin's first game for us?
Yeah, he's not been fully fit. He was technically all right to go at the weekend, but I think they held off for this game. And
Right. Okay, so McCarthy in goal. as a sub.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about Stolarczyk being back in. Look, I speak to Kate and the like. And I just want to say, actually, while I'm here, I actually had to ban 2 people from Leicester Till I Die today because of the abuse that Kate was given on her show yesterday and the remarks, sexist remarks. So, look, if you're going to get personal like that and you think you're being clever, it's not, because I just ban you. And then if you want to carry on, you've got to come back in and start setting up a whole new account, which is going to be a hassle for you. So I won't take it. I don't. She said she was, this had gone on, and that was just an instant ban as far as I'm concerned. So there's no sort of, let me have a word with them or anything like that. You go. I won't stand for it against my presenters. Sorry. Anyway, going back, she went up on one then.
No, I'm glad you mentioned it, and all the support to Kate for that, because it's something, guys, to put yourself out there on a platform and say your own opinions. And there always are our own opinions on any of these channels, right?
Yeah.
So, you're not going to agree with all of them, obviously. That.
And to be honest with you, Kate's got fantastic opinions, and she well, BBC Radio Leicester use her a lot, so that says it all.
Yep.
But she can't. She said I think she doesn't like Stolarczyk slightly more than she doesn't like McCarthy.
An interesting vibe with that, isn't there? Yeah, with the goalkeepers.
And last night in the review show of the Burton game, a lot of guys were saying, stick Bowser in there.
Yeah, which I would have disagreed with too much. I wouldn't have minded to see Rapazzoli in there tonight, or at least on the bench. I mean, the thing with Jacob is that, I think ultimately he's in the final year of his deal. I don't think we get the impression he's probably going to stick around after that, is he? So I mean, why don't we then look at moving him on now? So would this place tonight be better served for Rapazzoli to come in and have a go, because he would be the third in line, maybe the second in line if Jacob goes? If Jacob's staying, then I think there is definitely the argument there to go. He's in competition with McCarthy for that number 1 spot, but I think both of them have shown some frailties in different parts of their game, and they've both got to improve on that, haven't they?
Yeah, the BBC have finally put the lineups up for Ipswich, but not for Leicester. It's going to be 4-1-4-1. It'd be just interesting to see who that holding midfielder is without Skip, and hopefully we'll get used to having the season without him anyway if he's leaving.
It'll be interesting to see how Braybrook does. I'm going to assume it is Braybrook, and it's going to see what that brings to the team versus Skip being there, isn't it?
But do you think, because Braybrook is a defensive midfielder, Alvis is a attacking midfielder, those are the roles that that they have them down as, and yet Braybrook's been playing up with Alvis, and they play very well together. Now, if we bring Braybrook back into that holding defensive midfielder role, are we going to lose what he brings to us in attack?
Yeah, I think that's certainly the problem, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I think that's the challenge we've got to face, and you've got to work out as the manager what the best balance is of the two situations. I get the impression with Russell Martin, Chris, that the balance he wants is more defensively sort of orientated, looking at the amount of passes we had between the back four in particular in the last game, which was like over 140 of them between Cody and Suter, which is mind-boggling to me. So, yeah, I think it is interesting. I think I'll make a prediction now. If Braybrook does the defensive side of the game better than Skip tonight, I think he'll probably stick him there long term. I prefer him higher up because I think he's a bit of a KDH. He's quite versatile in what he can bring to the team.
He does, and I like to say, how he links up with Alves. I just love the two of them when they just know where each other's going to be. They just have that that Vardy Mahrez vibe for me. Yeah, but Alves is on the bench.
Yeah.
Alves has not left the building. He's on the bench. And who else is on the bench? Burns is on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's about right, isn't it, as well? I mean, I think he can come off the bench here if need be, but, it depends really how Howell and Watson get on. I think if they show enough about them, try and give them the 90 minutes, right? And then also, we've got to bear in mind it's the first time we're going from a Tuesday to a Saturday this season so far, isn't it? So, yeah.
I mean, look, we've got Jaden Joseph on the bench as well, our latest addition to the JJ club. And I know we've got to give these players a rest, but for example, if that was our starting lineup against Burton, I wouldn't have complained.
Really? I mean, I still think the centre-back problem for me is...
Thomas, yeah, all right, Thomas is a little bit...
Yeah, I mean, apart from that...
Apart from that, I wouldn't necessarily, like I say, have complained about that starting lineup.
No.
No, the BBC is very much 4-1-4-1. They're very usually quite bad at getting things wrong, or good at getting things wrong, I should say. They've got the defensive midfielder down as Chaplin.
That would be completely bizarre because he's a number 10 or a false 9, so no, I think there's more chance. Hey, look, I don't think Braybrook is a proper defensive midfielder either, really, but I think out of all the players in the team, he certainly fits the profile the most. I mean, maybe Louis Page, he's sort of similar to Braybrook in some ways. I mean, maybe we'll see a rotation of them all, Chris. Maybe we're going to go out there so attacking tonight, we're not going to need a defensive midfielder.
Best form of defence is attack, mate.
Well, you're not playing a defence. You might as well have a go, I suppose. just hit it long and win that second ball. But we know he's not going to hit it long, don't we?
Well, yes, yeah. And finally, look, Riley Carr. So I say Jim is happy. Neil, I don't really know much about this guy. Talk to me about him.
Well, he scored in pre-season, didn't he? And came on for a few cameo minutes here and there. I mean, he still looks like he needs to get game experience at a level, doesn't he, to really be, get that intelligence part of it. When you're young, you sort of show qualities, but it's about learning the game and how it plays out on the pitch, isn't it? He's definitely got work to do there. But, I mean, it's good to see him involved because I think scoring a goal in pre-season is a good start, isn't it? And just showing you got a little bit about you there. So hopefully we've got a player there that we can progress with a little bit further. So, I mean, who knows, mate? Hopefully we might see one of them tonight, two of them tonight. Just, even if we're losing 3-0 by that point, is it not worth just putting him out there against some experienced players? I mean, that's how players like Harvey Barnes started for us, wasn't it? So,
well, if we are losing 3-0, don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mandarin, because we have got the amazingly experienced goal in every 2 games, Bobby DeCover-Reid on the bench.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'll tell you what, I know Bristich is probably going to have to come off at some point tonight, right? Because you've got to think about Saturday as well when he's your only striker. But, when they take him off for Cordova-Reid, I'm still going to have that little sigh in my soul of, here we go again. We've loaned out young strikers. Oh, yeah, okay, they might not be exactly ready, but they were finding the back of the net. And we've gone, we'll put a midfielder up front instead. That's the Leicester City way. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. Maybe Cullen will come off the bench to replace Bristich, saying that, because he's also there as well. And long term, I do think for Cullen, I know we put a bit of money into him. He really, really strikes me as a super sub kind of player that will curl him up and get you a goal when you need it. But if you're playing him from the first minute, he seems to disappear a bit, doesn't he?
Oh, tell me. Let's get in early. What? We'll come to everybody's score predictions later, but your score prediction, sir.
Well, the last couple of weeks I've gone for 3-2 to Leicester against Notts County and 3-1 to Leicester against Burton. That's not working to get us a result. So let me just remove my heart and put my head on this one. I think Ipswich are probably going to win 4-0 plus. So I just don't think those centre-back pairings tonight are going to help us at all, unfortunately. They don't really play that, next to each other in that way. So and we're just giving the ball up so much from playing out from the back, and had warning signs against League One. Yes, I'll go for 4-0 to Ipswich.
Wow. Okay.
Hopefully for the reverse karma, Chris, there's something special might happen.
Well, I like your 3-1s, but I am going to go 3-1 to Ipswich because I think we will score. But
who do you think is going to score?
Bristich. Let me go Bristich.
I mean, that might not be a bad result. If the performance is up there and Bristich gets a goal, that's something perhaps to look at, isn't it? I mean, it's slim pickings tonight, isn't it, really, what we can take out of this game?
It is. Right, so there is the Leicester City lineup. And look, we've been screaming out for change, so we can't complain when we get it. We all know that look, when you're in the Premier League or even in the top half of the Championship, you're thinking, well, we could get a good cup run here. Who knows where we will go? This isn't our priority.
No.
We're not going to win this unless, there's some, I think Jesus Christ is more likely to make a second appearance than us win this game.
We're currently struggling to win in League One, Chris, so I don't, we've got to focus on that.
Exactly. So I think it's just a case of giving it. I've got a feeling for this one, like it's a pre-season game.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, though? Because also you think about historical trends against certain teams. I mean, we beat Ipswich at the King Power last season in the Championship, didn't we? Abdul Fattah got the halfway line goal, which I very famously missed because I was looking away from the screen when it went
I
in.
wasn't going to mention that.
No, I'm happy to bring it up. It's one of my glorious moments. I won an award for that, for moment of the year or whatever it was. But
Actually, yeah. So I owe you a trophy for that, don't I?
yeah, you do owe me a trophy. Yeah, but my point is that in that game we weren't the best team either. They were actually the better team than us in that game. We somehow mugged them off for a 3-1 win. So is there some miracle way we might mug them off for a win tonight? Football's a funny old thing, isn't it? It seems unlikely, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows indeed? Who knows indeed? Right, here we go then. So, over to you, sir. What time are we on here? 7:20. So I'll leave you to have a talk about this, and I will be back in a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. We're going to talk about Ipswich Town now, guys. Right. So what we're looking at here is big transfer business that have been done so far this summer across the squad. They have made 9 changes tonight from the team that went out and beat Sunderland at the weekend. So a bit of rotation there. I mean, it's crazy because the money they spent this summer so far is more than Manchester City and more than Arsenal, which is quite staggering, really. They are very much gambling on staying in the Premier League this year, because if they don't, they're going to face PSR problems down the line, no shadow of doubt about it. So obviously Gary O'Neill's coming as a new manager there as well. Bit more of a pragmatic 4-2-3-1 approach is what they generally will go for here. I think what they've aimed to do with these signings coming in, people like Fattah in particular, right, just trying to increase that quality in that 4-2-3-1 system to make them more of a threat. But as for the team tonight, right, so they've got Walton in goal tonight, which is a change because a new signing Sherpin was in the goal last time out. They got a back four of Furlong at right back, O'Shea the captain's at centre back. He was at right back at the weekend, so he's one that stayed, but he's shifted to centre back tonight. He can play both. I was quite surprised to see him at right back actually against Sunderland. And then we got former Leicester academy player Kipri at centre back as well, number 4. So obviously he's had a bit of time at West Brom as well before he moved on to Ipswich, but started his career at Leicester City. So there's always that little tie there. New signing left back Atara has come in for them tonight as well, which is probably good for us because Leif Davis was always awfully good against us, wasn't he? And he's on the bench tonight, so I'm quite glad to see that change. Central midfield partnership 2 of Nunes, who retains his place. Of course, the famous signing from Norwich City, who caused a lot of stink when he went over from, Carrow Road to Portman Road, and obviously made a few posts about it. So not the most popular man in Norwich anymore, probably about as much as Alan Partridge. Then we got Humphreys alongside him in the other central midfield position. In the attacking 3 on the right-hand side, we've got Casey McAteer. Interesting enough, he's been playing for right back for them as well in pre-season. So it's interesting to see him back at right midfield today, obviously taking the place of Abdul Fattah, who isn't even on the bench tonight. So there's no chance of Fattah scoring against us. But of course, there is a chance of Casey McAteer scoring against us. In the 10 role, we've got Egley, the Danish midfielder. What it was their record signing last summer. He can also play on the left. He's starting in the 10 role tonight. I think they find it hard so far to really get embedded into their team, but he's obviously got a lot of raw quality there. On the other side, we've got Clark on the left side. Now, Jack Clark is probably their most underrated player for my money. He scored a fantastic winning goal in the 90th minute of the weekend there. I think he's very dangerous. If you are going to have a little bet tonight, and obviously if you do, please gamble responsibly. I think he's probably likely to get a goal. He's got a lot of quality. And up top, they got the Akpom, who was a former Arsenal Academy player. I'm pretty sure he was in the same Arsenal Academy team as Steffi Mavrodidi, oddly. So there's a bit of a tie across there. He had some spells at Ajax as well, but he's not really prolific, Akpom, in the slightest. So that'll be interesting to see if he can do anything tonight. On the bench for them, Sherpin, a new goalkeeper, Greaves, the centre-back option, Davis, the left-back option, Lukic, who obviously came in from Fulham in the summer with Diop. Diop's not featuring on the bench tonight. A couple of youngsters in Compton and Mendel, who's a winger. They've got Ogben, who's another winger on the bench. I think he's a record signing. He was very expensive. And Ciso, who came in from Strasbourg, is also on the bench, and he's a very dangerous player who could play as a 10 primarily or on the left. And of course, the Japanese striker / attacking midfielder Maeda, who came in from Celtic. So they've got a lot of options on the bench just in case things do get a little bit hairy for them. But I must be honest, with us playing out from the back, not so sure they might need them, and perhaps it'll be a night for Akpom to get his confidence up. And I mean, that's an interesting point from the Gary O'Neill standpoint. He's obviously new in there as manager as well. Didn't have a good time of it when he was at Wolves. I mean, they came off a really good win last week. They needed to really get off to a win at home to start their Premier League season, didn't they? To beat Sunderland doing that was a pretty good job for them. I do wonder if tonight they could look at this game and go, can we get some confidence in our squad depth as well? So this is not going to be an easy one for us tonight, unfortunately, guys. But there we go. Hopefully we might pull a miracle out. Is Chris ready to come back in, sir? Are you still busy?
Still busy.
Still busy, right? Get your predictions in the chat, guys. We're getting towards that time. We've still got a bit of time to kick off, actually. We seem to have flown through the pre-show tonight, but get your predictions in the chat there, everyone. I've obviously gone for quite a nasty 4-0 win for Ipswich Town. The thing that keeps coming up for me here is the same problem we have faced all the way back since Northampton Town. Since Northampton Town, there's just been playing out from the back, which is what Russell Martin wants to do. We're obviously going to bring in some more players, hopefully, to make that a better idea. But in every game we've played so far, we've given up 4 or 5 opportunities in those positions. And I think up against a Premier League team tonight, that is where our problem lies. And I think that's why I'm more likely for us to, unfortunately, concede quite a few. But I am like a good commentator's curse. Normally when I go for that, we'll normally win. So who knows? And we'll get some in the chat already here. Gray's come up here first. Tractor Boys 2-0. I think that's quite conservative, mate, but I really appreciate that. And we got Mank Fox 7-1 to Ipswich. Do you know what? I had a gut feeling about the number 7 earlier. Let's hope we're not right, mate. Although, because that's the interesting thing, isn't it, as well? Like, we talk about, like, Russell Martin and, like, the pressure that he's already coming under a little bit, primarily because of the style of football. And you've got this new start and you want to have a refresh of the team and just get back to winning after such a terrible few years of losing all the time. I think if you do lose 7-1 to Ipswich, I think that is still a lot of pressure there, isn't it? Got another one here from Hammerand, who's gone Ipswich 6, us 0. We're all very confident. Andreas has gone 2-1 to Leicester. I like that, Andreas. Well done, mate. There's a proper fan in here, unlike me. And LCFC Kian, good to see you, bud. 5-2 to Ipswich. And I think Mank Fox is being generous. Ray's in as well there. Tractor Boys 4-2. We're getting loads in now. Cheers, guys. Agent 5-1 Ipswich, unfortunately. So we're all looking, Chris, really, at 4 goals and above, really, I would say. Probably at least 75% of us tonight.
Well, yes. And let's be honest with you, we wouldn't be surprised, would we? And I think it's only we're keeping it that low at 7 because we haven't got a Coley and Suter playing at the back.
No, that's it. Oh, apparently Dolly Parton's passed away. Oh, that's sort of sad news. I didn't know that, Gray.
Oh,
that's really put a down on the game to start. Jesus, what a wonderful woman.
I've got to say, 100% agree with you. I don't mind a bit of the old country, and one of my favourite country songs, just putting my DJ hat on for a minute, was Islands in the Stream.
Oh, see, I must be honest, I'm not that familiar with her music, but I just like the way she handled herself. I think publicly as a figure and the way she talked and, all that stuff. I mean, that tells you a lot about people, doesn't it?
It does, 100%. And that was a song she had, like I say, with Kenny Rogers, who was also no longer with us. But that's sad news. Let quickly ask you, what do you think about this defender that? Well, we're saying he signed. The club obviously won't be announcing it until January. But how does he? How does he? Well, I'm excited by it.
Oh, I'm excited by it, Chris. I mean, like, there's something about a bit of the unknown with some signings. We have history for this in the league with a certain Alexander Tunchev, don't we? Remember how good Tunchev was?
Bloody hell, that's a blast from the past.
It was. It's a shame he had that injury, wasn't it? Because, I love Tunchev. I thought he was a superb pickup for us.
Bulgarian, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he was Bulgarian. I can't remember where he got him from. It must have been the Bulgarian league, I suppose. But what a signing he was at the time as well. But in a similar vein, isn't it? This sort of signing. I mean, it's Ilan Kangashnemi, if I'm saying that correctly. I've tried to listen to it earlier. Where you do the pronunciation websites.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes, I've been trying to get it right because we've had ravioli for Ravazoli this year, and we had all sorts already. And biscuit instead of Bristich. So yeah. I mean,
he does like to go past the people though.
Oh, here we go straight in. This is why you come to this channel, guys. The dad jokes. I used to laugh a lot more, Chris, before Leicester made me so miserable. I must confess.
Well, I was saying earlier to somebody, I'm actually only 21.
Yeah,
It's just following Leicester has done this to me.
Absolutely, mate. But anyway, back to Kangashnemi. He's a centre back. He's 6'6", 19 years old, from FC Inter in Finland, former Inter Milan academy prospect. The fee rumoured is about €2.5 million plus any future sell-on clauses as well. Looking at what the Finnish fans have been saying about him, because it's been highly sort of pushed into the Finnish press about this happening, because it would be a record transfer for that division that hasn't been achieved so far. Similar to when we've got Jamie Vardy from non-league, wasn't it? sort of thing. But his attributes are really, he's big, aggressive, surprisingly quick with the ball as well. And also apparently he can pass the ball as well, because my first warning shot in my head when I heard he was 6'6" and 19, I was like, oh, I'll be going for a young Vestergaard who's going to probably meant to be good at this part of the game, but maybe like the passing out from the back, the main thing we need to look for in the centre back, might be lacking a bit. But no, apparently that's not the case. They're very complimentary of what you can do with the ball at his feet. So I think this is a very, very exciting transfer for us. And yeah, it's a big opportunity for him to come and start his English career with us, Chris.
It's when you're saying it's something like 2.1 million, and you're saying that that's a record fee, and you're like, what
from that league?
Yes. Oh, yeah, obviously for that league. But you know what I mean? You're just thinking like, wow. We have had some games kicking off at 7, and there's a couple kicking off at 7:30. We've had the first goal of the evening, and it's at the Principality Stadium. Cardiff 0, Norwich 1. Kvistgarden has scored after 25 minutes.
Oh, well, there we go. So we're underway there. That's good. Should we talk about any other further transfers? There is some rumour about Willy Bolly coming out today, isn't there?
Tell me, because I haven't heard anything about this at all.
Well, he's a free agent at the moment. Of course, he was at Nottingham Forest. He's 36 years old, and he's a central defender that primarily is known for his career at Wolves, probably over anything else. Played, I think, actually alongside Connor Cody in a back three at Wolves. So there's a little bit of an association that I'm not so keen on. And hearing he's 36, we might want to get him passing out from the back. Also sends a little bit of a shiver down my spine. But this is obviously going to only increase now, guys, over the next week. The names we're going to hear, because if you're looking back at the players that are looking like they're going to depart the football club. I mean, we're talking Wout Faes, we're talking Mavididi, we're talking maybe a Coley. Hopefully Lewis Page stays around, but I mean, Manchester United, they come back with big money. What's going to happen there? You'll probably go right as well. And interestingly, Koulibaly as well, apparently, is another one who might still go. I mean, I'd like to keep Koulibaly, like we said earlier, Chris, just because I think when you looked at last season in particular, when he was out on loan, we really struggled at fullback, didn't we, last year? Luke Thomas was bang out of form, not playing very well at all. Ricardo was having a shocker most games, wasn't he? And you think just to have that number there last year might have been helpful, just to have someone else, because we needed anyone else at that point, didn't we? So I'd like to keep Koulibaly around just for the options he can cover either side of the pitch.
Well, totally. And like I say, I think he's been really badly done by Leicester, to be honest with you. And that one game that he came on, he actually looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? You know, I think there's a player there. I mean, maybe he wasn't Premier League quality when we signed him, perhaps, but I think at this level, there's something we can build with, isn't there? But of course, you know, the modern world of football, the power does end up with the players and the agents more than the clubs. I mean, that's just because of the way the game's gone, isn't it? So ultimately, if he's already made his mind up, he wants to move on. There's very little you can do. I mean, I've seen that. Here's another discussion that's come up this week, Chris, as we've got a bit of time here. A lot of people are debating whether bringing Wout Faes back into the team might be a good idea. And of course, you've got the two parties of he's our best ball playing defender, which I guess on paper, yes, he is, but he doesn't want to play here. So are we going to be in a situation where we're questioning his commitment like we are with Harry Suter?
I don't think he's going to come back. No, I don't think the fans would absolutely tear him apart verbally. I do want to talk to you. Let me know when you got to go, by the way, because I know you got to go for a few minutes and prep. Yeah. Grace just said there no to Faes. Gary Neal, the Ipswich manager, strange choice after the success that McKenna had. Anybody who has followed me knows my distaste for this manager. You
didn't like it. You didn't like it when we were linked to him, did you, Chris?
No, God, no. I've got a Nottingham Forest shirt on order. I cannot. This guy has got. I mean, if you speak to my mate who's a Bournemouth fan, obviously I live down here, Craig, he absolutely adores him. He thinks he was a really good manager. And I'm like, I don't get, but I mean, he came in after that 9-0 defeat to Liverpool, and then he held us to a draw. I just think, to me, that's Ipswich relegated this season.
I don't know. I think it's probably a shrewd appointment in the circumstances. I guess you can judge him by the results at Wolves, yes. But I think what they were looking for when McKenna obviously decided he needed a break, which was probably partly induced by the fact they wouldn't let him speak to another football club as well. So I think then you don't want to go too far away from your plan, really, and just have to, because you rip up the form book in one summer. I mean, they could end up in a worse position, couldn't they? He seems quite a pragmatic manager who understands the basics of football quite well. I don't think he's too much of a left field appointment. I think he's someone that can continue and sort of add things to what McKenna already had there. So no, I don't think it's that bad. I think he's one of those that he's going to be a bit of a slow starter, like Frank Lampard possibly was. I mean, Frank had that little bit of a peak, didn't he, and then fell off a cliff. I wonder if his Wolves was his cliff, and now he's on the way back up a little bit. So no, I think they've done quite well there, really. I do.
Good. Right, I found mine. So
yeah, so I'll
go and have a search, sir.
I will. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys. All right.
Yeah, don't do anything we won't enjoy.
All right, I won't do it on camera, Chris.
No, certainly not. 111, 122 of you in now. Please, guys, look, we don't ask for much here. It does cost a lot to produce these. All we just ask is for something free, and it's this. I am here. Don't go away. There I am. I pressed the wrong button because of the way that these work. Oh, it's all over the place to try and get. But we tried doing a few games without the timer in, and nobody was happy. So to bring the timer back in, it's just caused problems, shall we say? Problems, right? Is there anybody out there? Please tell me, is there anybody out there that actually can see us winning? Of course, it goes straight to penalties again if it's a draw. I'm hopefully look. I've got a feeling as well that District isn't going to do the full 90. With this being a game on a Tuesday, but then they've also got a game on Saturday, which is obviously going to be more important against MK Dons. I just think we're going to see Bobby Dick Overreed come on again. I don't want that. Look, I'm sure he's a very nice guy, but it just reminds me of the AU sort of era because he kind of came in with him. Did I just say the full Monty? No, I did not. No. Clibbo's going for a draw. Hi, Clibbo. How you doing, mate? 1-1 on penalties. Well, it'd be exciting at least. It would be exciting at least. Full Monty, what's wrong with you, Wayne? What are you watching? Andreas has gone City to win. Well done. I'm doing the Peter Crouch again, aren't I? I don't know what's wrong. My internet at the moment is just absolutely poo. So I tell you what, I'm going to shut some of these windows down. There we go. I've got to say, of all the I mean, you can see like half of our team is Ipswich, half of Ipswich is Leicester. It'd be like passing to the wrong people. But look, we're about to kick off. I'm going to get a drink, and why not? Yeah, Wayne, we know the way your mind works, Wayne. Cheers, everybody. That's nice. Yeah, indeed great. I hope this isn't Ipswich just arriving, because if we are, they're going to be late, and it's their own ground. I think this was from earlier. All the players just coming in. And the Leicester team as well. Here's the Leicester team. I have to say it's weird because I don't recognise half of them. Cheers, Gray. Cheers. I did say I was going to message you, Gray. I am so sorry, mate. I am so sorry. Gray is in. Gray, obviously, our chief mod tonight. He will chew your knackers off if you give any spoilers away. And I have to say this, we're all at different times. Even me and Tom are basically at different times. And depending how you watching the game, you know, I can have the same channel on 2 different boxes and it be out of sync from one room to another. So we are all over the place. Take Tom or mine's lead, whichever one of us is commentating at the time. Take our lead. And if we say, if we haven't said anything, don't be saying it. And if you think you're being clever and saying, "Oh, that's a penalty to Leicester," when it's up the other end, you'll get kicked as well. And if I see it, it's not just a kick; it's a ban, like I said earlier. So you want to hope that Gray maybe gets to you first. Any questions? Again, that me or Tom don't see. Any questions, Gray will very kindly, hopefully, agree to answer them and have the discussion with you in the chat. So just putting my bra on. I got to say, one of those old-fashioned grounds, isn't it, Ipswich Town? Still got like a double-decker at one end. Very bitty, all different sizes. Cheers, Gray. Different sizes and different on all 4 sides. It reminds me a little bit of Filbert Street. There's the Leicester fans. Looks a couple of gaps, but nothing major. There's people still walking in, so most of those will actually fill up, I think. So it looks like it's a pretty good contingent. The players are coming out on the pitch now. So let's just line this up. So I know Tom's just trying to search somewhere. I know I was saying that I wasn't too keen on any of the strips this year. I'm actually getting thanks very much. Thank you to the gentleman in the Leicester Till I Die Facebook chat. I am getting the maroon one. Although the rumours are that the third shirt is green and white stripes, which I've got to say, it's white with like what do they call those really thin stripes? Pinstripes. I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to it. Although I've got a free shirt to get of Kits 24 yet, who did my USA shirt. So it wasn't the teams that were coming out, it was the ball boys by the look of it, but the flag wavers are there. Looking to see if anybody I can recognise in the crowd. I have to say, she's very nice. Don't recognise her, though. And why would I recognise him? He's an Ipswich fan. I remember as well, don't say for any other games either. Do not, because we could mistake those for our game. The fan still arriving, and here he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
I am, mate. I am. I've got players walking out on the pitch now. So am I ahead or you ahead?
You are going to be slightly ahead of me, yes.
Okay, lovely. So that's okay. Lovely. So I've got that all sorted. Brilliant. So let's get ready for this one. Let's see how it goes, everyone. Evening, Prashant. Good to see you, mate.
I need you to obviously tell me when to get the video going.
No problem, mate. I'll just see if I can get some sound in my other headphone a minute, actually.
As Ray said there, everybody, yeah, even if somebody farts, say nothing.
There we go. We have rules on this channel.
Now.
Okay, yes, I'm probably about 30 seconds ahead of you.
Oh, so it will be more than that.
Just seen Chaplin talking to a ball boy.
Oh, I've just tried another channel, so...
No worries. Well, I'll give everyone the nod when we're underway here, guys, and let's hope we do well here tonight, or at least we don't get embarrassed.
My God, who's that?
There's like
Alexandra shirt. It's black with neon pink trimming.
Oh, wow, that's a little bit spicy, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure that...
so far is, like I said earlier, at Norwich. So Tom will be leading this commentary, and I will be his Gary Neville, who is slightly less obnoxious than Jamie Carragher.
Well, let's hope so, eh? I'm just seeing someone's hand going over the camera on the screen. That's quite funny.
There's Chaplin, captain.
I could be a little bit ahead of you here, Chris, so I do apologise if I ruined the show for you. But look at my history of Ipswich Town streams, guys. I've normally missed the goals, so don't worry.
Can I just say, one of us is always going to be ahead. I was just explaining that while you're off. I can have my box on in my bedroom and have the same channel on my box in my lounge, and they're out of sync.
Yeah, that's the way of the world, isn't it?
What am I doing with the box in the kitchen, of course?
Well, you've got them everywhere, Chris, because you've got the VIP stream.
Out of sync kitchen.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm here. I've got you in one ear and I've got commentary in the other ear. So I'm kind of like, I can't multitask. I'm trying to do both.
I know what you're saying. I've got my commentary in my ears on very low sound.
Yeah, exactly. Just seeing Bristich high-fiving up with Braybrook there. They're the two Bs this year for us, Braybrook and Bristich. And Chaplin and O'Shea just talking to the referee and exchanging pleasantries. Looks like we're going to be getting underway in a minute. Of course, Ipswich in their blue home kit tonight, guys, and we're in the maroon FA Cup style winning away kit.
I am getting that. I am.
Yeah, me too. I want to get the third one as well. The third one looks really good.
If it's what we've seen, yes.
Yeah. With home shirts, I kind of feel like you have one good one every 4 years normally now. And then
but it's blue, isn't it? You know.
Yeah,
like we used to have that. We had a period of about 5 years where it was always gold, the away shirt, or it was always white. It's nice to have a different colour, and of course, they do that so that you buy them.
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no real need for third kits in football if you think about it, but, you know, well, maybe the odd game, but, yeah. Make them for the merchandise. Oh, exactly, yeah. When I'm going on my holidays in Benidorm, I want to look like I fit as part of the crowd.
Yes. You know what the biggest selling England shirt ever was?
The 96 one?
The grey one.
Yeah, the grey one, yeah. So I was in the right era.
Do you know why they designed
underway, Chris, we're underway.
There we go.
And it was a kickoff for Leicester City, guys, and we've gone straight back to the centre-backs. And there is a goalkeeper on the edge of the D there. Ipswich already coming at us here. And a nice rundown there from Jack Clark coming onto Luke Thomas. We're still trying to play out from the back here. Here's McFarlane with his first touch for Leicester City. Back to Luke Thomas inside our own penalty area. There's 3 Ipswich players in front of him, and I'm getting scared already. And what happens? We give the ball away. McFarlane's back fighting out, but here come Ipswich straight away. Akpom, strike on goal, goes past the right-hand post. 30 seconds it took to give the ball out at the back, and the shot, luckily for us, goes wide, but I think it's a corner.
Well, there has been a goal at Sheffield Wednesday after 3 minutes. It's an own goal, and they are 1-0 down to Wolves. And Coventry, after 3 minutes, have gone 1-0 up away at Plymouth.
Oh, that's a shame. I wanted Plymouth to embarrass them. No, it was a goal kick here, guys, though. So now we've had a weird situation there where Luke Thomas took the goal kick back to Jacob, and now it's gone up to Aluko. He's played it up to the right-hand side, and it's gone straight out of play for an Ipswich flow, throwing halfway inside our half. Throwing in from Ipswich now. We've got a bit of pressing coming here from our right-hand side of the pitch. Going to go back to Kipri at the centre-back for Ipswich. They play it down to the south side of the penalty area for the goalkeeper. Oh, and we've intercepted one here, Chris, with Watson. Watson's going to strike it across goal. Goes out for the corner flag, unfortunately. But we actually pressed high there and won the ball high like they did to us about a minute earlier.
I was just looking at the cock-up in defence.
Yeah. Well, in a minute, they made a cock up of their own playing out from the back, and it was well read there from Tommy Watson, guys. And then he did decide to take the shot on. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very good strike. He didn't catch it right at all. But luckily for us, it is going to be Ipswich now taking a goal kick. And funny enough, they're doing the same as us with their goal kicks, guys. They're using the centre-back to lay it off to their goalkeeper, and then they've kicked it long, and it's gone all the way through here to Jacob.
I mean, we were lucky with that one.
We were, yeah. If it wasn't Akpom up top and it was someone who could hit a back, hit the back of the net a bit more frequently, we might have been in trouble there. But how many times have we said that this year?
That we were linked to has joined Bristol City.
Oh, Don Ballard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. Oh, yes. I've just seen what you were saying.
Yeah.
Watson is that.
Yeah. So he didn't catch it right, but well done to him for the high press. I mean, I think Watson so far has shown good energy, hasn't he? But it's just like a lot of players haven't been feeding him the ball as much either. They got
5 minutes in, and the score is Plymouth 0, Coventry 2.
Oh, what a shame. I was hoping Plymouth would do well there. Ipswich coming down the far-hand side now. Aluko has come across, and so has... it's gone out of play for a goal kick. Sorry, we got a right back again tonight. I'm getting myself confused here already. Koulibaly. I couldn't, because he hadn't played for us. I couldn't remember what his name was. Yeah, so Koulibaly's allowed the ball to go out.
The problem I've got is I don't recognise half the bloody team.
Oh, it can be hard from distance, can't
I've got
it?
to say, that is one thing I am glad when Hamza comes on.
Chance for Ipswich, crossing, hit on the volley, bounced into the ground, into the hands of Jacob. No power on the shot, luckily. Once again, a bit of problems there in halfway inside our half with Louis Page trying to play the ball and giving the ball up to Ipswich, who crossed it across the goal. They did strike the shot into the ground, though, so we'll take that. Dangerous to give the ball over there in a dangerous area. Now a long ball for this left-hand side down to Watson again. They're trying to feed Watson here twice in the first 3 minutes. Cross into the box towards the back post. Going to fall down here for Louis Page. Unfortunately, can't get it under control. Leicester pushed right up again here and they kick it towards the penalty area. It trickles through and comes out for Ipswich to put it into touch. And now we're going to throw the ball back into play here. Tell you what, we're giving as good as they're giving us, Chris, to be fair, though. I mean, we've made mistakes from the back. They've made one or two so far.
Yeah, sorry, I just played it out from the back. Oh, we've still got hold of it. No, we haven't. We've lost it. For fuck's sake.
Ball over the top from Ipswich.
That was the one where he kicked it into the ground, but for bloody hell. What are we doing, Tom? What are we doing?
I think it's funny because both teams are doing the same thing. They're trying to play through each other and both are making mistakes in between the centre-back and midfield positions so far. And we've seen 2 for each side, Chris, inside the first 5 minutes. So surprisingly open game. And here we're coming now through attacking midfield here. It's going to be laid off by Chaplin up to the right-hand side. It's going to be an overlapping run from Koulibaly. He didn't quite read what was going on there, unfortunately, from Howell. And it's been kicked out for a Leicester throwing on the far side of the pitch, halfway inside the Ipswich half. But once again, some nice movement there. And Chaplin found some space there to be able to really push the ball forward. Koulibaly is about to take this throwing in now. Drops it short. It's been won by Ipswich, and they're going to come forward. We win the second ball with Aluko. He's pushed right up here. Aluko goes on a run, goes up to that right-hand side again. Tried to play a 1-2. It's been intercepted well, though, by the new Ipswich left-back, Utara. And now they might have a chance at a counter-attack here, but they've decided to hold on to the ball. And they're going to try and play into central midfield. They're passing sloppy, Chris, just as bad as ours. Here come Leicester. Watson from distance, on goal, good save. Nearly 1-0 Leicester. Would you believe it? Watson drifted into central midfield, into the 10 roll, took the strike on. It was going towards the bottom right-hand corner. The goalkeeper comes across and parries it behind for a corner to Leicester.
I thought you said own goal. You said on goal.
Sorry, I was trying to get a lot of words out of my mouth very quickly, that.
Not a problem you usually have, sir.
No, sometimes my brain runs too quickly, and it wasn't a corner, it was a throwing, unfortunately. It was parried all the way down.
How you doing, mate? Stuck at work till 10 p.m. Folding up empty cardboard boxes on my own.
Oh, bless you, mate. Well, you got us for company, mate. We'll keep you informed of what's going on here. Throwing to Ipswich Town on this near-hand side. They're going to throw it long towards the halfway line. There's been a touch on it. It's gone back out of play in exactly the same spot it came from. Another Ipswich throwing. Lively game so far. Both teams have had a couple of half chances so far.
I am more than 30 seconds behind you because I've just seen that shot.
Yeah, you might be about a minute then, Chris. My clock is matching what's on the screen, guys. So you know I'm on the right time here. We've now won a throwing in the position where Ipswich had a
minute behind you.
Okay, so I'll be giving you spoilers. My apologies.
Well, no, we know that's going to happen. And if I was in front and I took over, I'd be doing the same to you. So don't worry.
The linesman looks a little bit naive there. I think we should have given Ipswich a throwing there, but he's given it to Leicester and said we'll take it. McFarlane now plays it back to the centre-back positions. Ipswich pressing up here with three-pronged attackers in, those attacking positions. Central run from Koulibaly. He's given the ball up, but we've won the second ball again here on the far side of the pitch. Here we go now with Chaplin. Plays it back to Aluko. Aluko and Luke Thomas stood on the halfway line. Thomas down to McFarlane. McFarlane tries to play a jinx little ball in again there, and that's problematic. And Ipswich are through, guys. It's going to be Luke Thomas coming up against Akpom here. Luke Thomas has shrugged him off well, but we've still got Ipswich players forward. Crossed into the edge of the penalty area, and it's going to go behind. No, it's still bouncing around. Koulibaly gets a head on it, back into Jacob's hands, and that's how easy it could be to cut Leicester City open. Luke Thomas was a man adrift on his own there, Chris.
Honestly, what are these managers doing? What is Martin seeing?
We're seeing it again now.
What see?
Well, it's crazy. Just how they're playing. So, what's the word? They're playing it so casually when there's three players around them right in front of their own goal. Here comes Watson now on the left-hand side. Lays it off, struck from Lewis Page, deflects through, and it's been saved by the goalkeeper. No power on it. But I tell you what, we're breaking well against Ipswich. This is a bit of a surprise.
Yes. Sorry, just to go back to my point, though. Surely he sat there going, we're looking, this is bad at the back. And why does nothing ever say to these stupid, wanking managers that say, do you know what? We shit at the back.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
10 minutes in, Southampton 1, West Ham 0.
Aluko had a nice bit of composure there, and he's managed to keep hold of the ball. That's really nice to see. We talk about playing out from the back and how we get worried about our centre-backs. Aluko just did a nice little Cruyff turn there and just took the pressure out of the game from a bit of Ipswich pressing, and there's going to be an offside flag here for Ipswich. But the problem I've seen so far is that they're passing it to the nearest man in front of them, and Ipswich are reading it. And when Ipswich read it, we're giving the ball up. But look, saying that, we're winning the second balls better tonight so far after 10 minutes. So that's something to be credited for. And actually, Aluko's looked quite composed at centre-back for the first 10 minutes. Would you believe it?
And we have to remember that they are a Premier League club.
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, they've played 9 different players tonight than what they did at the weekend. But, they are good quality. Aluko's got 2 players on him. He's going to have to go back to the goalkeeper. That's a scary thing there when you've got 2 players right pressed up on him. Finds the right-hand side for Koulibaly, who pings it all the way forward, going to go all the way through to the goalkeeper in the Ipswich Town penalty area. Interesting, we've got a few more long balls coming in as well. They've done it down the right side so far, and they've also played a long one down the left as well to Watson.
I'm having to take your word for it because I'm just lost my...
No worries, Chris. I can keep going. Looking better about Suter and Okoli. Azza, I'd agree with that, mate, and welcome to you. They have looked actually not too bad between the two of them. There was one hairy moment so far, but Luke Thomas, to his credit, got back and did the job he needed to do and put Akpom off there. Now we're trying to play through them again, and we've managed to do it as well. Coming over halfway here with Chaplin, sort of leading the line here. Down the left-hand side, we've got Watson. Watson taking on his fullback. Low ball into the box. Got to be a chance for a strike. Chaplin can't get it. Braybrook from distance, off the Ipswich Town defender. Nice opportunity there. We've got them heading back in here. Back to Koulibaly. All the way back here to Aluko at centre-back. Taking our time now and waiting again. But that was an opportunity, Chris. And if Chaplin could have got his feet sorted, he might have had an easy shot on goal there. And from about, 10, not even 10 yards, 5 yards?
Again, I'm still this far behind you, so
that's all right, mate.
What I'm seeing, I don't want to jinx it and say this looks to be a better performance, but
it does. Here's Halver crossing towards the back post. It goes all the way through and goes past the left-hand post of the Ipswich Town goalkeeper there for a goal kick. That's the 3rd time in 10 minutes we've actually had a go at their goal. I don't know if something's happened. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from Howell and Watson. They both look like they're very much forward-facing towards the goal, not as conservative as some other players we've seen in those positions so far this season.
I mean, we have to. I know we're saying it's like League One versus Premier League, but basically it's like championship versus championship, isn't it? You know.
Well, it could be. I mean, you think the quality is definitely there in some of these players. I'm very impressed so far. I mean, we still look shaky at the back, but I like the determination to get the ball a bit more forward in this game and try and create chances. And they're actually harrying Ipswich well here. Aluko's right on the Ipswich Town player Nunes there on the halfway line, and he's given away a free kick, but he did really well to come down there, and it was Akpom, sorry, and just hassle him there, not allow him through, just intercept the ball. Good stuff from Aluko stepping up.
Well, just checking, we're just short of 80% possession. We've had 3 shots compared to their 2 on target compared to their 1, and we've had 8 touches in their box compared to their 3 in ours.
Yeah, it's been an energetic start. I definitely appreciate what I'm seeing. And look, I know the defense is going to be shaky here, right? But especially with 2, fullbacks at centre back. But I appreciate the way they've moved the ball and also the way they found space a bit better in this half so far. We just look a bit more energetic.
Russell Martin's looking a bit of a scruff today, isn't he? In a t-shirt and joggers.
He's probably had to give up his the free sort of Leicester City merch in order to get a new centre back, Chris. Tough times at this football club. Sorry, mate, you're drinking.
That was actually quite funny. Yes, I've got to say, we are only 12 minutes into the game. This is probably the best I've seen Leicester play. The start of a game. We've played well at parts in other games, but obviously, like before, it's always when we've been down and we're trying to come back. But this, I'm going to say, I'm slightly impressed.
I am as well. I think what's impressed me the most, the word is energy. The energy has been so much better. And you could tell, Nunes has given it away here to Bristich, and it's a touch from Chaplin, which is poor, unfortunately. But there was nearly 2-on-1 there with Bristich and Chaplin. And Ipswich are giving the ball away, and we seem a little bit more alert than them. This reminds me of the Burton Albion game, except we're Burton Albion this time.
Yeah, yes. I mean, do you think this is like, because, I mean, look, Bristich is new, Chaplin is first... game in anger, if you like, the league or cup game. I mean, I've said this. I think it's a team that will improve as we go through the season and players get used to each other.
I think so. You can definitely see so far they're lacking that bit of nuance as to who's going to do what at what time. I mean, Koulibaly played a ball forward earlier, which was a nice idea, but it wasn't read by, that side of the pitch for Howell. So, I mean, that's got to come with it. But like we got to say, Chris, the energy is just completely different. And hey, credit to Russell Martin for that, because that was the biggest takeaway for me from the Burton game, was once again how after 20 minutes, we just weren't at the races for those first 20 minutes. And then we got ourselves in big trouble.
Just seen that. It was a bad first touch from Chaplin, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unlucky. It got away from him, but I don't think he was particularly expecting Bristich to maybe pass it there. I mean, he could have maybe drove with the ball because they were 2-on-1, and it unfortunately allowed Ipswich just to mop that ball up. For the first 15 minutes here, I like how we're looking. Maybe it's the kit. Maybe we've got to wear this kit every week.
Do you know what I thought earlier? I thought if we win this game, I'm going to say to Tom, should we have the purple as our home strip?
Yeah, exactly. It's the blue that's jinxed, guys. We just got to let it go. We'll do a Cardiff City and change our colours much upset. Not being pushed off the ball either. Completely agree, Armchair. Every time Ipswich get past the ball, there is a Leicester player harrying them. I've seen Luke Thomas come over halfway and be harrying that central midfielder for that ball from behind. So I'm really encouraged by that.
Maybe, again, sometimes out of the depths of depression comes salvation. And maybe we've discovered that, I don't know, look, we're only 12 minutes in, but is Thomas can maybe be a better centre-back than left-back?
Who knows? Honestly, the way we've got to forge this team together, Chris, who knows on that? But you might have a point. Ipswich have gone sliding in on Louis Page there as we're trying to build out from the back. Going to be a free kick to Leicester to take the pressure off here. But we're looking like we're gaining confidence with this playing out from the back as well. Ball forward now from Leicester. It's a bit heavy on the pass there to Bristich, but we will win it back on the second ball. Winning second balls tonight. We've not been doing that for a long time. Here's Louis Page now. Louis Page is at that base of that midfield like we were speculating pre-match. Braybrook is ahead of him, as is Chaplin. I wondered if Braybrook might be there, Chris, but it is Page in that deeper role.
Page, yeah, I was just going to say that. Hi, Jim, how you doing? Nice for you to pop in.
Yeah.
Hope you're not going to send me another video of you on the beach, rubbing it in.
You wait, they're about to enter hurricane season in Florida, so batten down the hatches, Jim. Good luck, mate. We'll see you on the other side.
Oh, Leicester, stop playing it out from the back.
Here come Ipswich now down the far side of the pitch. They're trying to progress the ball quickly. There's going to be a throw into Ipswich just inside our half. Gary O'Neill already pacing around a little bit here, guys. I think slightly probably unexpecting to see Leicester turn up with this sort of energy. If you'd done your homework, you wouldn't see this coming, would you? Now Ipswich at the centre-back positions.
Not at all. You wouldn't have seen this at all.
No.
It's very, very goal-shy in the rest of the games. Since that Southampton goal, 10 minutes, it's been rather quiet. And there's a lot of games going on tonight.
Yeah, there is. Ipswich now having to play back to their centre-back.
Oh, I was unlucky there. Sorry, I'll have to describe what you described 5 minutes ago. Through ball from Leicester, and the guy that it just didn't read it and didn't set off running, and it went through to the goalkeeper.
That's it. There's been a sliding tackle there. I'm sorry if I keep interrupting you, Chris. As Ipswich have got the ball, strike from distance over the crossbar. Interesting bit of play there where Leicester were trying to get out from the back again. There was a sliding tackle from Nunes that looked pretty harsh. He looked like he caught the player on the ankle. I think it was on Chaplin by the looks of it. And the referee didn't give a free kick. He gave advantage. But then Ipswich from the advantage nearly got a shot on goal.
Ipswich are winless in their last 8 meetings with Leicester in all competitions.
Which is bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're like a jinx to them.
March 2013 in the Championship was the last time that they beat us, and it was 1-0.
Wasn't that the snow game where Jason Scotland scored for them? When it was snowing? I think it was snowing, oddly.
My memory, I can't remember the last time I went to the toilet, let alone what the weather was like in 2013.
I remember us losing about that time to Ipswich, and I remember the snow was really coming down. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. It might have been earlier than that, actually. Ball forward by Leicester now. They're trying to play it over the top into Braybrook, headed back to the goalkeeper by Ipswich Town there. Intrigued by we're playing a few more longer balls in the final third here as well and trying to make some breaking runs. And interesting to see Braybrook committing to breaking through past the defence as well here.
Yeah, we all know Braybrook's got a Fatawu goal in him, don't we?
Well, he does indeed. Yeah, he did it the same weekend, didn't it? It was everything you could do, mate. I could do better. So we haven't lost long-range goals in the teams. The fact we're going, Bristich trying to play a nice little through ball there to Chaplin. But that's twice now. It's been quite heavy on the pass, perhaps. Here comes Ipswich on the counter-attack on the far left-hand side. Going to cut inside. Otara's trying to overlap for Ipswich. They come inside. Here we go off with Nunes. Going to be played all the way down to the right-hand side now, where Egley's come out to the right-hand side, which is interesting because he was starting as the 10. Going to come back to the fullback, crossed into the penalty area, and the back post is Utara running, headed on by Leicester. Luco's done a pretty good job there. Koulibaly needs to get out to the wide right position. Oh, it's taken round him. Howe's just taken on the Ipswich Town player outside her own area and got away with it. He's coming away with the ball. 2 versus 4 for Leicester. Play back to central midfield to Chaplin. Play back up to Howe. We're just waiting for our players to come back up the pitch.
Hell, can I just say, sorry, Nick, you're going to give me a heart attack.
Oh, yeah, 9-8. Imagine the way this game started. I mean, it could be goal versus, followed by another goal for the other teams. It's quite open in places, but I think we're looking more composed.
Isn't it amazing how better it looks when your passes reach teammates?
It is. I mean, some of the passing's still been pretty heavy, for me. Like a couple from Bristich have been like he's really hitting them hard.
Front, yes, but sort of defence midfield, those short triangles and what have you, they're looking really good at the moment. Well,
I think the thing is, the Page-Braybrook combination in particular is a lot more mobile than Skip. Skip is a lot more static than those two. And I think you can really see the dividends of... And also, we're just better at winning the second balls, Chris. A lot better.
Sorry, I've just seen that turn that you were on about.
McFarlane's in. It's hit the goalkeeper. Oh, and it's not gone in. McFarlane got played through, Chris, on his Leicester debut, and he literally broke the offside trap. He flicked it with his right foot. The goalkeeper managed to palm it over his own head. It nearly dropped into the goal, and the goalkeeper just kept it out and hold on to it. But Leicester nearly going 1-0 up, guys. Come on. You wait till you see that, bud. It was Louis Page with a great through ball. Louis Page's passing was superb there, and he probably should have done better. He just tried to dink it over the goalkeeper's head there.
They've got Watson. Plays it back. Thomas.
Really encouraging stuff.
Saying how confident Leicester are.
I think that I tell you what, like it's amazing, isn't it? Because it's almost do you see the chance there from McFarlane?
Yes. The goalkeeper was lucky, I've got to say. Well done, goalkeeper, but could have gone anywhere, couldn't it? When he
what a good pass from Louis Page. Louis Page,
Yeah.
though, his vision to play through a line there like that. Ipswich
Yeah.
playing a ball long now, and Jacobs come out the area and got his foot on it, but my word. Oh, the referee's given a free kick to Leicester. Jacob came marching out of his area there, went for the big boot like a wrestling move, got caught by the Ipswich player, and luckily for us, he's given the free kick to Leicester. Akpom's
sorry,
now
he
apologising.
He was lucky, their goalkeeper, because it hit his chest and went up.
Yeah, he didn't quite get enough on it, did he? Cool, that was lucky. Akpom really took one onto Jacob there.
And my man, I was talking to you earlier. How the devil are you, sir? Brings back the memories when I have a chat with you, my Leicester City King Power buddy. You used to sit
Jacob's
behind me in the cop.
I was going to say, must have sat next to you. Jacob's staying on here, guys. He did take a knock and he was walking a bit gingerly, but it looks like he's all right to continue here unless to pick up another free kick. So halfway through the first half nearly now, guys, and my word, looking all right.
I've just seen that one, yeah. You know what? And this sometimes happens, and I've got to say, you've got, if you're honest, this is probably, you're looking at it, this is probably the B team.
McAteer's going to have a strike. It's deflected behind. It looks like it's going to go through. No, cleared away by Leicester. Luke Thomas made a bit of a poor judgment there at the back, unfortunately, and the pass was misplaced, and Ipswich nearly came in with McAteer. Sorry, Chris, to interrupt you.
I'm sorry, yeah. Mr. Bates, you obviously got Luke Thomas at fault. If you're referring to that one that Tom just said, you posted before he did, and what does it say up there?
Yeah, take care, guys. Crossed in by Ipswich across the face of goal. Flicked on really well, though, but I think that was by Aluko, who was heading back towards his own goal. Inside the 6-yard box, Chris. Needed to flick it behind him and managed to get his head on it and put it out for a throwing on the near-hand side. But that was dangerous there. And if that was Vestergaard, it would have gone in as an own goal.
Just so as I was saying then, sometimes you play your B team and they're absolutely... I mean, this performance so far... I'm not saying, look, we've had some good performances, against Burton, that middle second half, we came back and played really well, but we were already 2-1 down. But at the start of a game, this is the best we've started a game. I know we've only played 3 before this, but you know what I mean?
Well, exactly. Yeah, I think that it is the word energy. I've said it before. I mean, the energy of these players is better. I mean, Louis Page brings a much better energy. I think Aluko at centre back so far has actually looked very assured as well, which has been really encouraging. Because we have questioned maybe Aluko could be an option for that position. And then I just think Howell and Watson down those flanks, Chris, the level of professionalism and work rate as footballers they've shown puts a lot of permanent players we've got under contract at this football club to shame, really. That, it's not been happening in other games at all, has it?
I'm just going to catch up with some scores. Doncaster 0, Middlesbrough 1. Blackburn 0, Sheffield United 1. Barnsley 0, Crewe 1. Plymouth 1, Coventry 2. They've got one back.
Come on,
Birmingham 0, Brentford 1. Watford 0, Peterborough 2. Stevenage 0, Reading 2.
Leicester have got the ball. Sorry, Chris. They've just given the ball away in front of their own goal, Ipswich. No, we lost it. Please carry on. Bristich nearly got in there and so did Chaplin.
That was the lot anyway. Then would you say, I mean, are we creating the chances or are Ipswich giving us the chances?
It's a bit of both, but I think we're creating our own luck more because our pressing at the top end of the pitch is so much better as well. Every time Ipswich, what we've been saying about what we've been doing, trying to play out from the back. Yeah, we've still got a bit of it in this team so far that we've put out there tonight. Ipswich have got the same problem, Chris, because we're pressing them right. Loose ball now to Leicester outside the penalty area. Oh, there's an opportunity for a strike there, but we're going to hold on to possession and go back to Luke Thomas and Aluko. Now from McFarlane down this left-hand side. Goes out of play for a throwing. That's unfortunate. But no, we're just looking like we're making our own luck more. We're winning 50-50 balls. We're winning second balls. And I can't remember the last time we've done that. Well said, Az. I've been calling for Aluko to start as centre-back. He looks, for his age, he looks very composed, which I like.
Yeah, I mean... Look, it's early days, like I said. It's only sort of not even half an hour into this game. But when you discover a new pairing or a player that's suddenly having to fill in a position, like Skip did all right when you played left back, you then do start saying, Maybe. Maybe we should.
Well, I think we're in that position as a football club, so I don't think with all the will in the world we can probably afford to get in 9 players, can we? I mean, it's probably going to be 5 or 6. Maybe that would make it better, but I still just feel, if we can fall into a bit of good luck here, and I felt like I voted chair. Ipswich are through here. It's going to be offside. Flag stayed down, and it's going to be tackled incredibly well by Aluko. Aluko came from behind Akpom there, Chris, and slid across and put it behind for a corner. That was a dangerous opportunity, but well done to Aluko for reading it. It was offside. The referee's a moron.
The linesman is as well, probably.
Yeah, sorry to be so direct there, but no, that was what
we've already nearly doubled the number of passes that Ipswich have made.
Yeah,
and their goalkeeper has made 4 saves to our 1.
Yeah, it's been exciting so far, hasn't it? Oh, and actually, they must.
Point of view, I think it's been a good game.
It has, yeah. They actually gave a goal kick there as well, which shows you how well Aluko did. Cheers to that comment, Des. Nice to see you in. Please like and subscribe, everyone, obviously, as well.
205 of you in. Wow.
And it's a good game, guys. Honestly, I mean, I'll tell you what, the one thing we've been lacking, I think, is a little bit of pride in how we play our football, irrelevant of systems, all the rest of it. Poor pass by Ipswich again, and great job by Watson to win the ball. Unfortunately, his first touch was a little bit heavy, coming down to this near-hand side of the penalty area, but Ipswich are now going to boot it out of play on halfway. Ipswich are losing their composure more and more here as we play, and we're gaining in confidence, guys.
Just seen that tackle from Aluko.
Yeah, what a hero.
I did say Aluko centre-back, JJ right-back.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, he's proven a point here tonight. Bristich, unfortunately, has fouled an Ipswich player here, and it's going to be a free kick on the halfway line. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Chris. Ipswich is going to hold the ball here, not do anything with it. That's good.
Right, there's going to be a goal now because I need to go and just check on the plants.
No worries, mate. Well, let's hope not because Ipswich are attacking, but I'll see you in a minute. Ipswich with the ball on the far side of the pitch here, guys. There's going to be a tandem work here with their left-back, Otare. And it's now played across and the players spread side to the right-hand side. Furlong on the right-hand side. Egley, who started as a 10s, now on the right. Sliding tackle from McFarlane. It's going to go behind for a corner kick here to Ipswich Town, which the crowd is cheering because they're saying they should have had a corner kick before. So corner kick to Ipswich. McFarlane with a nice hefty tackle there. He's also looked quite impressive so far. McFarlane, I like what he's done when it comes to breaking into the final third and trying to get a goal-scoring opportunity. So very happy with that. Let's hope we can defend this corner now. There is a short option in Nunes available to Ipswich that we haven't marked. Braybrook is just outside the penalty area. Everyone else rushing around. Ball in. Jacobs made a howler there, and it's gone all the way through, and it's off the bar, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. That was incredibly worrying from Jacob, unfortunately, guys. He literally got himself caught at the backside of the 6-yard box, then came and pushed forward, flapped for it like Superman, one-fisted like this, missed the ball completely. It went under his arm and bounced onto the crossbar and has gone behind for a goal kick. That was a let-off. Oh, and they've given a free kick as well. That's even better. Sorry, I was getting carried away there, but they just gave a free kick. That's good. Right, we're trying to play out from the back again here. Plays forward now. Here's McFarlane on this left-hand side. Unfortunately, Ipswich win that ball, but they've kicked it out for a throw to Leicester on the halfway line. McFarlane's going to take this throwing in for Leicester now as we approach the half an hour mark. Goes back to Luke Thomas. Plays it up here to Louis Page, who just sat in front of Aluko and Thomas here. Louis Page driving forward here, guys, from that deep-lying playmaker position. Goes down to Watson on this left-hand side. Watson with the overlap here to Chaplin. Chaplin crossed it towards the back post in the 6-yard box. It's flicked on. Unfortunately, Howe couldn't get it under control. He used his chest to put it back in towards the goal. Couldn't find Bristich, and Ipswich will boot the ball clear here. We've retained the second ball, though. Now it's back with Luke Thomas, who will find McFarlane. Ipswich here are trying to press, but Watson's come back to help out as well. Back to Louis Page, who's being the metronome in this team tonight. Now here comes Luke Thomas trying to drive over halfway with the ball at his feet. The energy is just so much better, everyone. So brilliant. Louis Page is now back in the left-back position, going to play back to Jacob on the edge of the area. 3 Ipswich players trying to close him down. Jacob plays a ball forward, which Bristich won quite well there. Chaplin's trying to wrestle around with the Ipswich Town player and has gone over. And unfortunately, we've lost the ball. And then Furlong at right-back is going to play it all the way back to the Ipswich goalkeeper. But fair play, we're still pressing here because then once they were back with the ball, with the goalkeeper, We saw then the wingers coming in from the wings and coming into the central midfield, trying to close down the options. So a nice bit of energy from Leicester in this first half. Played up to the far side here. Played his team Saturday. Gray, I'd agree. Here come Ipswich again, though. Ball slipped through, and Aluko once again has read it really well. He got a foot on it in front of Jack Clark there. And now it's Koulibaly clearing it as well. Koulibaly did a good job there as well. But we've given it away, unfortunately, in the transition. Ipswich now with the ball in central midfield. Going to come down and switch the play to the right-hand side of the pitch. Going to come back here to Furlong. Ipswich trying to hold on to the ball now. Back to Kipri. And we've sort of scared them off on the attacking phase of this now. But, oh, hang on. It's gone to the left side, Chris. It keeps going. McAteer trying to get a cross in here, perhaps. There's been a foot on it there from Koulibaly. This ball still comes loose to Ipswich. Chipped in towards the back post in the 6-yard box. Header on it from McFarlane. It's going to trickle down towards the corner flag. Jack Clark can't keep it. No, sorry, it's hit Watson and gone out for a corner to Ipswich, Chris.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I also, Wayne, you're completely right about those football shirts. They're so bloody hot. I've had to go and
Well, you
change.
switched it. Oh, fair enough.
You know, I can't, honestly, it's like, all I'd do, I would lose a few pounds, I've got to say, but if you're out, they're all right. But when you're inside with all the light, studio lights.
Corner in, and it's been saved by Jacob, one-handed off the line. Sorry to interrupt, Chris. The corner came in, went all the way to the back post, and was headed across the goal. Jacob supermanning it with one hand to keep it out of the net. Good save in the circumstances there, guys. Ipswich, though, with the ball still in the penalty area. Comes out to the edge of the box. Furlong now's got a chance to strike. He's going to chip it instead. Kipri's over here. Is he onside? He crosses it in from deep. Going to be taken down by Ipswich. There is Howe coming back, and the offside flag goes up. Oh, mate. Oh, Jacob was so sus there, but he managed to sort of restore a little bit by making a very good save there.
I'm going to say I'm going to look at this and try and decide, you know, whether this should be the team. How many of this team do you keep for the MK Dons game?
Yeah, I think
we're doing a watch along, guys, from so an early kickoff, I think, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so the watch along will be from 11:30 because we do like an hour pre-show, guys, where we go through all the team news. So feel free to join us for that if you're new in as well. Trying to play out from the back here again, Chris, on the far side of the pitch. A little bit of pressure, about 4 Ipswich players on that right-hand side here. Going to come across, and Jacobs made a Kasper Schmeichel-esque ball, which has gone all the way out for a throwing just outside our penalty area on the near-hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, do join. I won't be here, so there's even more reason for you to watch that one.
Oh, no, we'll miss you, mate. We'll miss you. Jacob's the only one who's looking a little bit suspect so far, but he made it up for me a little bit with the save he made under, you know, an emergency situation.
I do like that keeper shirt.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Luke Thomas here has got Jack Clark on him. We've got to be careful. We've got to play out from the back here. We've decided to go long.
What a save, Jacob.
Here come Ipswich now with Ratara on the left-hand side. Overlap run into the box. Crossed in, deflects around, goes behind for a corner to Ipswich Town.
I tell you, it sounds like Ipswich Town are slowly getting on top.
Yeah, they are. They've definitely need to raise their game here a bit. Yeah, but they've definitely started to show that now. They're showing a bit more pride in the final third. And I think it's that energy, isn't it? We had more energy than to begin with, but they're starting to find it now. We might have to ride this out for the next 10 minutes.
Welcome along, Lucas. He's an Ipswich fan. He's in late, but his tractor broke down. Hey!
Oh, wonderful joke. Wonderful joke. Nunez is going to take this corner from the far side of the pitch in a minute here, guys. We've had a couple of problems from corners so far. It's chipped in, it crossing and dipping. Jacob gets 2 fists on it. Headed back towards goal. Jacob just catches it out of the sky in the centre of the goal. We dealt with that one. Well done.
I've got to say, look, I'm going to curse this. But I've got to say that even when we play out from the back, we look comfortable.
We look better. I mean, the first phase of it, I'm still worried about. But ironically, it's the same problem Ipswich had. It's not the second phase of playing out from the back. It's the first part of it. It's that first initial pass, which the teams are reading quite well, both of them. But yeah, I mean, I think the nice thing is, I mean, Thomas has had 1 or 2 iffy moments. Aluko's looked, for me, brilliant so far. His composure and his last-ditch tackle when the offside trap didn't quite work out, really, really impressed with that.
Indeed.
Let's see if Russell changes it back to Wakoli and Suter against MK Dons. Wouldn't that? I mean, imagine if we were to do something tonight and then he did that.
Ooh. Mr. Larchik's looking pretty okay, to be honest with you.
Started shaky for me, Chris. But
it's when you start shaky, but you actually, like, you make a mistake, but you immediately make up for it, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's it, exactly. I've got a new friend in the chat. Bradley, I agree. Get Nigel Pearson then. It's not a Tom Leicester till I die show until I mention Nigel Pearson.
Mate, you don't know, Bradley. You have just made Tom's day.
Join my Football Manager show next week. Maybe he will be involved somewhere. We'll see. A little spoiler for you. Here come Ipswich now over halfway, trying to play a through ball through. Luckily overhit past Akpom. Going to go all the way through to Jacob, and he's going to just put his foot on it. And Ipswich are going to wait until...
It's something you've discussed with your chairman, Mr. Manager.
Maybe I was going to tell you later in the week. I got too excited, Chris. As soon as someone mentions Nigel Pearson, things start happening for me. I do apologise. Here come Leicester now with McFarlane on the left-hand side. He's looked very composed tonight as well. And there's Luke Thomas with the ball at his feet, trying to just bring in...
4 shots on target, double what Ipswich have had.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, Jacob's done all right. I mean, one of them looked like it was definitely going in. Oh, saying that, Jacob's just kicked one off the Ipswich Town forward and he's grabbed it out of the sky, luckily. But that was one where you needed to make the ball quicker there and not allow Ipswich to get a deflection on the cross.
But how do you think Jacob feels? Because, he's been dropped for 2 games. He must feel the pressure on him today.
Chaplin from distance, Chris, and it was going into the bottom right-hand corner. It bounced in front of the keeper. He gets his hands on it, and it's gone behind for a corner. My apologies. Connor Chaplin's first striking anger as a Leicester City player. What were you saying, bud?
No, I'm saying with Jacobs making mistakes, but do you think, the pressure he's under, because he's thinking, if I really cock up here, that's me for the rest of the season.
Well, maybe. I think he's had a few games historically now where he's just looked pretty poor, but I think there hasn't been that sort of trust in the centre backs. It's taken tonight. Excuse me, putting 2 fullbacks in there. Corner comes in now towards the back post. Unfortunately, just hits the Ipswich head and the free kick is given. So it's going to be a free kick. Yeah, the goalkeeper was fouled. But my point is that he's looked much more comfortable with those 2 lads tonight than he has ever done with Coley and Suter or anyone else. So
yeah.
Going to be a goal kick here.
Yeah, just seen that.
Sorry, a free kick is going to be to Ipswich with the goalkeeper here. Going to play out from the back again. Once again, Leicester pressing them quick here. Bristich leading that. They're going to try and play into central midfield. And Luco's come all the way out here. And the referee has given it offside, would you believe it? I don't know how Akpom's offside. It was in the Ipswich half. But interesting, Ipswich tried to play the ball, Chris, into central midfield from that near side flank. It was like a long, sort of ground-based pass about half the length of that part of the pitch. And Aluko was on him like a rash and literally was all over the back of him. Ball through now for Leicester. Oh, and the goalkeeper's come out and claimed it, but trying to play Bristich through in a similar fashion with a long-range, low-driven pass through the centre of the pitch. Interesting what we're seeing there with a high press.
Yeah. I think we pushed their goalkeeper over in that one.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
1, West Ham 1, Stoke 1, Hull City 0.
Oh, once again, Ipswich give the ball up at the back there, and Braybrook was trying to play in Bristich first time. Unfortunately, it hit the Ipswich Town defender. But now here comes Jack Clark down this left-hand side. There's been a problem in the centre midfield where Akpom has been pulled down by Sammy Braybrook. So there's a yellow card for Sammy Braybrook here.
Deserved?
Yeah, it was arms around him. You can't do it. Yeah, and it did it right in front of the referee as well. The referee was trying to play advantage because Jack Clark was on a break there on the left, but he's, because of the nature of it, he's blown up for it. Just going to see it again here now, guys. Sorry, it was Aluko that went into the book, not Braybrook. Aluko with the yellow card there. Aluko's been told to literally stay on Akpom like a rash, you can tell.
Well, let's hope he doesn't get a second yellow.
Well, I mean, he's a physical player. I mean, obviously, in his Leicester debut, he got that red. It's going to be an opportunity from the set piece here, which are going to chip it in with Humphreys. It's going to go all the way through to the edge of the penalty area, headed down by Leicester, and it's going to go all the way out for a throwing to Leicester on the far side of the pitch. So that came to nothing there.
Who did you say got the yellow card at the end of the day?
It was Aluko. I saw the number 3 at the start, and I thought it was Braybrook because it was slightly off my vision, but it was Aluko. But I mean, the thing there is, I mean, centre back. I mean, dearie me though, you don't want to take him off for Suter though, do you? At half time, I think that would change the vibrancy. It would change the vibrancy of what they've been doing. Really, Ipswich have got the ball now on the edge of the penalty area. Here comes Jack Clark again, trying to find a through ball. Plays it up to the right hand side. Koulibaly does a great job of reading that against McAteer, but he's sort of hemmed in here on the.
I've not heard you mention Koulibaly. That's the first time I've heard you mention him.
Yeah, he's done a couple of good things though, Chris. Everything he's done so far has been okay. A couple of maybe misplaced passes, but that's par for the course for this Leicester City team, isn't it? But I think his reading of the game, he's made a good tackle there, reading where the ball was going to go. So yeah, no, I've been quite encouraged so far again.
Birmingham have equalised. Birmingham 1, Brentford 1. And I don't know, I may have said this already. Southampton 1, West Ham 1.
Yeah. Ipswich now with the ball back amongst their two centre-backs. Well, trying to push forward a little bit here. Back down to Jack Clark. They keep playing it to Jack Clark now on this left-hand side. I think they appreciate he's where most of their danger is going to come from. Furlong's going to go back again here to O'Shea at centre-back, who sprays the ball to the left-hand side for Utara. Utara's now going to come to the halfway line. The ball's been given up again, but Ipswich will win the second ball on that occasion and stop Chaplin from going any further. About 3 minutes to go here, and you wonder if both teams have put a lot of energy into this 45. But we have a quiet 3 minutes here to end up as Ipswich pass the ball down this near.
I might get worried.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just thought that Ipswich were going to take the sting out of the game. But as I've said that, they're now breaking forward, Chris, and they found Jack Clark again on this near side, but they haven't taken the ball down well then. There's an opportunity here for Bristich to launch a counter-attack. He's on a back heel to Harry Howell on the far side of the pitch. Howell's got 3 players in front of him here. He's going to go out wider to the far side here. He takes it around 2 of them, Chris, strikes some distance, and it hits the Ipswich Town defender. Howell took on 3 Ipswich Town players, guys, and cut inside, and unfortunately the shot was blocked, but there was no way in hell he should have got as far as he did. Well played, Harry Howell.
Don't fall in love with a lone player.
Oh, I know, we're going to, aren't we? I think both of them look very good tonight. Both of them have literally, if I was the manager, gone, I've got to be first names on the team sheet. I think they both look very good.
And the whole team has, Yeah. Blackpool 1, Lincoln 1. Have I said that already? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. No. Ipswich now holding on to the ball at the halfway line. Once again, I was talking about taking the sting out of this game within a couple of minutes to go. Trying to play a high offside trap here, Leicester, and Luke Thomas had his arm up, and the referee's given that one. There's only once today Ipswich's offside trap has the Leicester offside trap has failed. And when that happened, DeLuca got back for the sliding tackle. So I've got to credit them for that as well, because they're trying to play a high offside line here, Chris.
Sorry, just watching. Is it Harry Howell?
It is Harry Howell. What a brilliant, mazy run. I mean,
we've got a JJ, we've got an HH.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? Should I say he looked like Messi?
HH. I mean, Line of Duty will be having eggs.
Oh, I don't know what that joke is. I don't watch Line of Duty. That's straight over my head. No.
God, oh, my God.
I've heard of it.
Those that are in the chat will know what H is on Line of Duty. He's the baddie, basically.
Yeah. Chaplin here is encouraging the boys here a little bit, which is good to see. I don't think he's been that leadershipy so far. I don't think he's had to really do anything, because I think the team has played with such a good energy so far that they've kind of equalised that distance between a League One team and a Premier League team quite well. Howell's looking knackered a bit already, actually, to be fair. So I don't know what sort of changes we might see in a minute. Oh, and the referee's given a corner because the goalkeeper was taking too long to take the goal kick, Chris. So the referee's given Leicester a corner, the first one I've seen for us. And this is right on half-time as well, guys. Could we see something about to happen here? It's almost like a karma, isn't it? And the Ipswich players are going mad here, saying, what is this about? But fair play to the referee, Chris. Who's going to come across and take this now, guys? We're about to see how much added time we've got coming up as well here, which I'll let you know in a second here. Chaplin, literally, that's why Chaplin was talking there. He was saying to the referee, you've counted him, it should be a corner, and the referee agreed. Page is going to take this. There is a short option here with Howell down on this near side. It's going to be outswinger to the 6-yard box, headed over the crossbar, but so close. Big chance for Leicester there. It's McFarlane again, Chris. That's twice in the first half. McFarlane has had an opportunity to score on his Leicester debut. Oh, it was an outswinger, and it was the edge of the 6-yard box, and he just unfortunately started rising with the header there. If he got underneath it a bit more.
Time at all.
They haven't announced it yet, mate. We're halfway into the 45, though. Waiting to see here. I don't think there is any, Chris, because the referee hasn't signalled it, but we're still playing on here. We're getting towards the 46th minute. Ball is bouncing around in the Leicester half. Here comes Bristich now in a counter-attack. There's a big run here from Watson. Unfortunately, the through ball wasn't quite really on target and it's been picked up by Ipswich. We've ended this half really strong here. And Chaplin with a nice little nutmeg through one of the Ipswich Town players' legs. And it's gone out for a throw. It was 1 minute of added time. The referee is blown. Mad end to that half, 0-0.
Wow.
Ooh, that was manic.
I am going to say here, guys, what a half from a neutral's point of view. Is that the best 45 of the season so far?
Oh, hands down, because it's had everything we've lacked so far this season. It's had energy. It's had the ability to win a second ball. You know, it's had the ability to compete and push up on teams and show a bit of aggression in them as well. I've been really happy with what I saw there. That's like when we talked about performances, Chris, and needing to see a performance. Just the energy was just so much better there, and that is something you go, okay, I can get behind that, and that will make the fans get on side as well.
It will. Right, sir. You need to go and have your break.
I do. Rest my voice.
And the guys are in, so I will see you later.
See you in a minute, guys.
Gents, how are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I am very good. Best 45. Oh, hang on. He's gone. Talk to me, Wayne. Don't leave me alone. Oh,
well, you got halfway through the sentence, Chris. You said the best 45. Are you on about an old 45 RPM single, or?
I'm old enough. I am old enough. All right, I'll ask you instead, Wayne. Best 45 from Leicester?
100%. 100%. There isn't any, apart from the goalkeeper, there's not one element where I thought this team, throughout the team, all over the pitch, is a big improvement in the cohesiveness, connectiveness. We're getting in the box, we're getting chances, and the defence looks quite solid, really, don't you think?
I've got to say, sometimes, by almost by default, you end up with a new pairing, or you find somebody's got a better position, and that's kind of what's happening there. I mean, very quickly, and Jim's back in, so I will bring him in. Would you say that Stelarczyk? Look, he's made a few mistakes, but he's under pressure, isn't he, with McCarthy on the sidelines?
Yeah, he is, but, you know, that's the job. You know, I'm not being funny, Chris, but they're not paid pennies. You know, they're paid significant amounts of money to be professional. And it's almost like this season that will we end up having a settled keeper? That's my question. But look, everybody else, I've loved the performance of the team today.
Indeed. Jim, I will let you and Wayne natter away. I will see you both at full time. Are you going to stay this time, Jim?
Yeah, I will. I do want to see the shirt you have on. What are you wearing? Ah, very nice. Very nice. Yes, I will stay.
I am totally on Wayne's side here. I've got fan number 1 over there on level 2, fan number 1 here next to me on level 1, the door open with that bloody big light on. I was roasting, so I thought, sod this, I'm taking the shirt off. Guys, have a good natter. I'll be back later.
Well done. Hello, my brother. How are you?
All right. I'm sorry if I'm having to put up with all the crappy weather over in Daytona Beach, mate, but...
I'm sorry, man. Hey, but what I haven't put up with was crappy play. I really like what I saw from the team. You?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost quite surreal that you sort of watch a half of football and apart from the keeping mistakes, everybody's played to a man, brilliant there. competitive, intelligent, position there. It just looks a really well-balanced team.
It does. And to your point, I was trying to think right before we came on, what real negatives did we have? I mean, no major miscues, no major, head up your ass moments like we've had from the squad in every, both games we've seen. I'm with you. I think everybody to a man has played really well. And I know Tom kept saying, Tom and Chris, the word energy kept coming up. And I think it's a good description.
Yeah, I've got like a few, like McFarlane, Tick. He's so positionally aware. He's intelligent with the ball and never gets frustrated. Page, Tick, grabs the ball from the defence, plays it forward. Aluko, wow. Aluko again.
Is he our new centre back?
Has he played better than our centre back so far this season?
Absolutely, 100%. And I think you and I talked pre-match. Even the team sheet. I mean, how exciting was that? I mean, before they even kicked off, looking at the team sheet, it was a great. I think I looked and there was 4 players that started today that started last game. Okay, and the new faces that not only started were exciting, but the new faces on the bench. And it tells you this will be nice. I'd like to go forward with this team squad out there. Now, granted, maybe, Thomas comes off and a few other players get juggled around, but good. I mean, Alvis would need to be out there going forward, but man, I like what I see from the players on the field. And I certainly like the team he's got sitting on the bench. He's got players that can come in and play.
Yeah, it's like Gray said, play the same 11 on Saturday. Isn't that so? When you get players coming along and playing to what we hope the ability of professional footballers can play, having been used to turgid rubbish served up by the older players, you're thinking, well, it's almost like we're delusional thinking that we deserved a decent footballing performance. But then when you get like a supposedly second string people coming in, you're thinking, yeah, this is how football's supposed to be played.
Yeah, and then the to keep it in perspective as well, it's not our players who are on the pitch right now. It's not their fault that they're playing against Ipswich's second team. A lot of players, I think he said 9 players moved out of their normal start. That doesn't matter. It's the energy that we're seeing. It's the way that they're linking up. Granted, if they were playing their number ones, maybe they wouldn't have as much space. Maybe they wouldn't have as long with the ball. Possession may have changed. But my goodness, the way that those young players are playing well together. And McFarlane, wow. He had opportunities. And I like it. I like what I'm seeing. And, this may be, this may get a lot of heat if this continues, off of not only Russell Martin, but the problem we've had with the players that really don't need to be there. Whether it be Wout Foz, whether it be Suter, whether it be Skip, whether it be Tom, whoever. But these young guys, the Watsons, the Howells, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Howell, I mean, what a player, you know what I mean? It's like, and one thing I do like is Biscuit. I love, do you know what? It's like, because thinking like people said, will he be another Carranza? But the way he picks the ball, he runs at the goalkeeper, he runs at the fullbacks. He got the ball, delivered it into midfield, and then he's legging it. It's so much better than Carranza, isn't it? Even only his second game, he's thinking he's got promise. Yeah,
and I was a little. We saw glimpses in that short time he was on the field that last game, and I was just hoping that it didn't turn into a negative, that he got down on either his performance or the fact that he got pulled. Oh, I saw nothing of that. He knows how to make the runs. He knows how to, like you said, play the ball and immediately start running after it. And I think he may be a prototypical scorer and a striker where he doesn't, okay, maybe he's not got his foot on the ball the whole time, but he needs to be where he needs to be when the ball gets in there. And that's what we're hoping. And we saw a couple nice balls played into the box. I forget who. Oh, McFarland played it. Yeah, these guys are putting the ball there. So we just got to hope that it continues. I think Stolarczyk, I think Kate said it well yesterday. Stolarczyk, McCarthy, they're all kind of one and the same. We don't have that goalkeeper that we have that warm and fuzzy for, that we have a lot of confidence with. But we're not doing the stupid mistakes in front of them. So we can go forward with what we have in goal as long as we're smart with the ball.
Yeah, and don't you think it's interesting? So you got Rolo Koulibaly playing on the right. You got Aluko in the centre with Thomas. McFarland. I mean, it's a really radically changed side, really. Would Martin have played this side in the league? Probably not.
No.
But the fact that he's played them, and does the defence look less shaky or more solid in this configuration?
I mean, both. Less shaky and more solid, absolutely. And we have JJ on the bench. You think about what he can do. I mean, JJ can probably play either right back or left back. So, I mean, Thomas, we know Thomas. I thought Kate said it so well in the show yesterday about Luke Thomas. His heart, his desire, his dedication, his hard practice, his everything he does positive. The only thing he gets out on the field and he just has these negative moments. So if he's the odd man out and you love what you see on the field now, you insert JJ in there, and it may be a decent back line going forward.
Yeah, and isn't it interesting that Sir Thomas has been really castigated by the fans, and that pressure on him has been intense, but yet he plays in the centre. So why is his performance so much better? Is it because he's playing with better quality around him? McFarland, Aluko, Koulibaly. A lot of fans love Koulibaly. So it just shows you do need decent people around you, because in a team you can look quite idiotic if the people around you are not pulling the weight, positionally being where they're supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know. We're not down there on the pitch. You don't know if they're giving him the confidence behind it. Hey man, good play, good play. Keeping him positive, keeping him, hey, that was a good move, blah blah, and having his back. That means a lot. Versus, and I'm not saying Suter didn't. I'm not saying that Okoli didn't. I don't see either one of them as a raw player. I don't see either one of them as a, hey, good play, man, I got your back. But maybe he's got a little confidence with these guys that he feels are in it with him. You never know.
Yeah, I think this is going to be interesting going into the league. So you can't argue with the stats. We're ahead of the stats, aren't we, against Ipswich? Yeah, okay. Have they made 9 changes? Yeah, we've made a load of changes. Are a lot of those players championship quality? Yes. And it's really interesting dilemma for Russell Martin, because through the season, as fans have been calling for it, you have, like your love child Riley Carr is in the squad again tonight. But I was chatting with some people who work down at Seagrave, and they reckon that, there's a lot of good players coming through. A lot of good players coming through. And Tommy Neal, they really rate Tommy Neal as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. We've been crying for the young kids to be given a chance and not just view them as young kids based on the way the older players. And so far this season, have any of us been disappointed with the way the younger players have performed?
No, not at all. And you look at what's out there today. The only question going forward would be our defense, okay? But if you take what you have in front of you, once again, you got JJ out there, and we've got that 6'6" center back. The finishing is done. The fin is on board. So we've got him coming. We're going to get another center back, at least one more. So the dead wood of Suter and Okoli may be gone. So you shore that up. Look at what we have in the midfield. We got players who want to play. We didn't even mention, I thought Connor Chaplin has played a good first half.
Really good. It's interesting. On the BBC site, it said Chaplin was playing in front of the back four, but I don't think that's the case. He's playing further forward. He's an intelligent player, isn't he?
Yeah. And it's his real chance. I mean, he had a little bit of an injury, but no, I like what I see there. So, yeah, promising. Now, granted, once again, in perspective, we're playing a lot of their second string, but is that not similar to the talent that we're going to see with some of these League One squads? So I think it's a good perspective on what we could do with this type lineup going forward.
I've got to be careful, Jim, not to get too excited too soon, which Chris does not like, does he? Chris doesn't like going early on.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if we're going to make it through the game, Wayne.
Excuse me. I take you back to the Notts County game where I was the most positive person in the post-match, and you two were like, you nearly got me slitting my wrists. You were that down and what have you. Go ahead. Very quickly, I just want to say, do you think that, I mean, look, we're talking about Luke Thomas. I've seen him play that role before, although it was more in the back three when he was the left of the three. But sometimes you discover these things and you're thinking, wow, these players are not actually bad in that position. And maybe, I mean, would you sooner Luke Thomas for the second half? A quick question because the players are coming out. Would you sooner Luke Thomas for the second half, or would you sooner Suter come on?
Go on, Jim.
Luke Thomas.
Wayne?
Ditto.
You just let it. Whatever Jim was going to say, you were going to just say as well. I know. All of it. I mean, I've got to say with you two, and I can't find it, but
you're going for football, friends. I know you are.
Find it later. I'll see you after the match. Cheers, guys.
All right, guys. Go Foxes.
Welcome back, guys. We're underway, Chris. You can get the clock going now as well. No changes. Let's see what this second half brings to everyone, guys. The ball's out of play on the far side. It's going to be an Ipswich throwing here as they've come out with a little bit more energy than what they saw in the first half. But interesting situation, this, because we've all been calling for more youth players to be involved. And I think Russell Martin has created a situation here now where perhaps we might have to take some of them off, because we might need them to be starting on Saturday. And you think we needed a little bit of divine luck at Leicester City for the last 3 years we've had, just to end up with this team tonight with some players out of position, but just to see a level of energy that if it happened at Burton Albion last week, our first home game of the season, the fans would be a lot more on side, Chris.
Yes, they would indeed. It's
going to be a free kick to Ipswich in a minute. Sorry, carry on.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I just asked the guys then. Keep Luke Thomas on or bring Suter on?
I keep Luke Thomas on. I mean, I think that's fine. I mean, Luco's on a yellow card. That's something I'm a little bit wary of. So maybe do something there. Free kick comes in from Ipswich now. It's an unmarked header across, and Jack has made a save, and it's in. It's 1-0 Ipswich Town.
Oh, God.
No, the flag has gone up. Casey McIntyre denied a goal against his former club. Come on.
Wow. I mean, that would have just been ridiculous. I mean, again, we said how well we started the first half, then we go and do that in the second half.
We do indeed. Then we're trying to play out from the back. It looked a little bit dicey there again because Ipswich's levels have increased when it comes to that E word we've used so much tonight. But Koulibaly's going to put his foot through the ball here. It comes down to Howell on the right-hand side, who's battling there with Atara, and he's pushed over Atara, and Ipswich are going to get a free kick here.
I'm just seeing the free kick that led to the goal here.
Jacob made a good stop, really, in the circumstances there. Yeah, he was offside.
Flag went straight up, in fairness.
Yeah, good line there from Leicester. Everyone in the line just on the edge of the penalty area. Did a good job.
So, no, but sorry, I forget Aluko on his yellow card. Like I say, would you keep Thomas on or would you bring Suter on?
Oh, I don't want to do any of it. Really. I'd like to keep it as it is, but I'm just thinking it's more important for MK Dons, isn't it? I'll say for the moment, stick with it and ask me again at 60 minutes, Chris. I'm going to,
No, I'm just saying on that first half performance.
Oh, on the first half performance, I would say keep him on. Here come Leicester down the far side now, guys. It's going to be a little shove there outside the penalty area, and he's gone down. It's a free kick to Leicester, touching the penalty area, and it's a yellow card to Ipswich Town's Humphreys, I believe, there, who's pushed him over, and it was a great run in at the last minute. I think it was from Watson.
Look.
No, it was Braybrook. Sorry, Braybrook, Chris, breaking down the counter-attack, and he got bundled over on the edge of the penalty area. Sorry, mate, carry on.
No, I was going to say, look, Aluko got a yellow card after 38 minutes. Has he grown up since he got that red card? Because he's played very well since then, hasn't he?
Well, a lot of it's going to be dependent on what the referee gives, isn't it? I think the referee was right to book him for that because he dragged him down. But I like seeing it in his game.
Have you ever thought about being a politician?
Yes, I have.
You've avoided answering any question I've asked you, which is brilliant. I love it. But he got sent off with that red before, and I was worried that he's got a second yellow. He got a yellow. Will he get a second yellow? And he almost like he's grown up.
Sorry, mate. I was watching the free kick be taken there, which came back off the wall from Chaplin. What was the question?
As
politician answer. What was the question?
Aluko got a red card that time. Now he's just got a yellow card, but he's not going in. He doesn't at this point seem to be risking the red.
No, he's showing a bit more maturity than what he did in that game. In that game, he was a little bit, I think, under the pressure of playing a Southampton team that were very good down that side as well. I think he's retained the same level of physicality from that game, though, Chris. So no, I think hopefully he's showing that maturity, like you say.
3 attempts, guys, and we got the answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm trying to call the game as well, and there's a lot going on there, bud. So my apologies. Ipswich have now got a throwing near the far side corner flag, which they can go long into the penalty area with. So an opportunity for Ipswich now. It's end to end. It gets flicked on, and Leicester are going to put their foot through it and carry the ball to the halfway line, where Kipri's back here to try and decide if he can turn and run, which he has. Now they're going to hold on to the ball with Jack Clark and play it back to Nunes, who's back in the centre-back position. Nunes spreads the ball up to the far side of the pitch. Nice touch there, but O'Shea's offside. Good offside trap again from Leicester, Chris. And to answer your question, this offside trap's working quite well, so I probably wouldn't change any of the defence. You're right.
West Ham have come from 1-0 down to lead 2-1 over Southampton, of course, are still on -4 at the bottom of the Championship. And Norwich have beaten Cardiff 2-1 away at the Principality. That's a full time.
Yep, free kick to Leicester here.
I think.
Yeah, free kick to Leicester. It was bundled out by the goalkeeper, passed it out, and it was, I believe, Kipri caught Chaplin on the back of the leg there, and it's going to be. Oh, no, it was an offside flag, actually, the referees decided. But here come Leicester again now, and it's going to be played forward on the far left-hand side. Braybrook's up there again for the second time this half. Overlapping run from Bristich there.
I do apologise. The problem is I see a gap in play.
Yeah.
Which you saw 2 or 3 minutes ago when you haven't got that gap in play.
Exactly. I do apologise. I will jump over you, I'm sure, quite a bit this half. But we want to call the action.
But when I start asking you a question, it's because I'm thinking there's nothing going on. So I got you.
No, it's I'm okay at multitasking 2 things, guys. When it comes to 4, I start dropping the balls like a really bad juggler. Ball over the top for Leicester now on the far-hand side. Here comes Watson crossing it across the 6-yard box. Unfortunately, no one's there. Otara's got a bad touch on that. Howell's going to pick the ball up on the edge of the penalty area. Lays it off to Page. Page curls it from distance. It deflects off an Ipswich Town defender. And they coof it clear over halfway where Jacob is going to come out now and try and maybe launch it back forward here. We actually keep the ball at the back. Who would have thought that?
This will excite you. Plymouth 2, Coventry 2.
Oh, come on, Plymouth. Go on. Do it for English football. Do it for English football, Plymouth. They were 2-0 down in that game, guys, after 5 minutes.
They were.
Be brilliant, wouldn't it? Here come Leicester again. Now the ball's going to go out and play for a throwing on the far-hand side about the halfway line. So, interesting. What I like about the first 7 minutes we've seen here as well, guys, is Ipswich came out, as you can understand, and we've seen this before in other games, where teams come at us with renewed energy. And you know they're going to push at you, right? And what reaction do you have with that? The reaction we've had to it is we've created 2 really good opportunities to score a goal. Brilliant.
Remind me at full time for my Coventry City story.
Coventry City story, right? I'll remind you. Long ball forward from Leicester here. We're adding a few long balls in tonight as well, which is interesting. And there is a little run there from Braybrook, who seems to be playing far more on the far left-hand side in this half. Luco there and Koulibaly nearly got themselves in trouble, but Koulibaly's got the pace to come back. Great pace from Koulibaly to outpace the Ipswich Town player. Jacob plays it across to the far side of the penalty area. Ipswich pressing up on us here, looking for that mistake. We haven't quite done it there. Now we're trying to play through the middle. Good pass to find McFarlane there. And there's going to be a foul just on the halfway line by Jack Clark. And it's another yellow card to Ipswich. Maybe they're starting to lose their discipline here a little bit.
Possibly. At half-time, Jim said we're playing Ipswich's B team, but then is this not our B team?
Well, see, I would say they're our best team, but yeah, I mean...
Well, on performance they are, but, you know, when you're looking at it, they're not players that have been starting.
Well, no, I know, but this is where I think Russell Martin has come under a bit of criticism the first two games, probably, because we've all seen little glimpses of players like Louis Page, like a Luco, you know, and we all kind of go, we're at that point now with these maturer players, or a lot of them give the impression, rightly or wrongly, they're not really invested in playing, you know, the full game for us, or playing, you know, in the proper way. And, you know, tonight he picks a lot of them, and look what happens, Chris. You know, it's that thing of you can trust in youth when they're going to turn up with the right attitude here.
Are you going to be interested in this one? Just another goal at Watford, and it's Watford 0, Peterborough 3.
Oh, my word, that's a shocker, that is, for Watford. Shot from Watson inside the penalty area, hits an Ipswich Town player. We've got them hemmed in here, guys. And now we're going to stand on the ball here with McFarlane. Lays it off to Page, makes a run. He was saying to Louis Page, play me through. McFarlane again there, trying to make a breaking run from left back and trying to get a one-on-one opportunity. Comes down to Howell on the right side, creates some space, strikes it a goal, straight down the goalkeeper, who carries it into his arms. But another shot on target for Harry Howell.
This is just Blackburn equalised against Sheffield United. This is just another performance from Leicester.
It's amazing. And what I like as well is, and here's Louis Page again, just bringing that energy, running past one midfielder, trying to take another one on. The pass is a little bit sloppy, but the thing is, we've talked about how the mistakes have been highlighted the way we've been playing recently. There's been some iffy passes, don't get me wrong, going on. The difference is tonight is they're challenging that second ball 100 times better than what they did in the last few games, Chris.
How annoying will it be if he goes back to the same side that lost to Burton on Saturday?
Be very frustrating from here, very frustrating. But then you've also got to say, if that's the case, you might have to get some off here in a minute. And I'm not sure I really, with the good feeling I'm feeling right now watching this, I'm not happy to maybe see Cordova-Reid come. Oh, there's been a mistake here at the back. Jacob's out of his goal, and he went. That was crazy. So basically, Luca got caught in no man's land between the goalkeeper and the Ipswich forward. He went to head it. Jacob came out and headed it. Now he's taken Aluko with him, guys. Aluko is down on the ground holding his head. It was like a hockey check. And yeah, that we got away with one there because Jacob couldn't use his hands being so far out of the penalty area, and he had to use his body to basically throw himself into that football.
Do you think that, again, you know, you've got 11 players on the pitch that aren't that used to playing together?
Yeah.
So the odd mistake is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the reaction to it. I think this is the problem we've had, because I think I mentioned this back 2 summers ago on a show here when we were playing Leuven in that pre-season friendly. When the first team were playing, if they made a mistake, they didn't really recover from it or react to that mistake. As soon as these boys make a mistake, especially Louis Page in that midfield, you know, he's like, oh, I'm just going to chase it down straight away, or someone else next to me is going to take responsibility to get this ball back. And that's the difference, isn't it? And then you don't see the mistakes as much because you're creating so much else outside of it, aren't you? So hopefully Aluko's all right here. He's still down, guys.
I was going to ask you, is it because I've just seen him go down now? I mean, while he's down, I mean, I tell you what I'm getting vibes of here, and that is FA Cup, Watford 1 round, Premier League, the youngsters, or 3 or 4 youngsters played. We beat them. That was a Premier League versus Premier League. In the next round, we got Nottingham Forest, who were a Championship side at the time, brought all the big guns back, and we got beaten 4-1.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, like, I never understood that at the time, and I don't, if that happens
No.
now. Sorry, I'm just going to say Peterborough 4, Watford 0.
Yeah, going to be 2 changes for Leicester coming up as well here, Chris. Sorry to interrupt you. But yeah, that's interesting. So we're going to see Bobby Decordova-Reid coming on.
No.
And we're going to see Cullen coming on. We're just waiting to see who's coming off. I believe, looking at the positioning, Harry Howell's going to probably come off for Cullen here. Aluko is back up now, guys, and he looks okay. So it looks like he's been patched up a bit. It looks like he took one under the left-hand eye there, the left side of his face. He might be concussed, so I don't know if they're going to keep him going here. But the changes don't look to be, focused around that. And I do think Bristich might be coming off here as well, guys. But I'll just confirm that to you.
He has been quiet in this second half, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. I mean, the nice thing is that, it hasn't all been about him. When you're playing one up top, you can isolate yourself into just it all being about the striker, can't you, if you're sat too deep? The breaking runs from left back and the breaking runs from Braybrook in the start of this second half have really given, a lot of support to those attacking roles in the team. And Howell and Watson have been superb as well in that. So, I mean, that's how you want to do it. If you want to play total football, you kind of need to have not just it all fall onto the one striker, right? So it's good to see that's been a step forward tonight. We're still waiting for this change, and Ipswich have got the game back underway. Aluko is back on now by the looks of it, guys. So that is something.
Don't they normally have to stay off for so long if it's a head injury?
Actually, no, you're right. He isn't back on. I do apologise. We've actually got a position now where we've got, I believe, Connor Chaplin back in the defence here. Trying to play it around the back here again, and Ipswich are still on us here, but hopefully we'll hold on to it. Howell's made a pretty poor pass there, but luckily, well done, McFarlane. He just took the sting out of a loose ball, and now there's Braybrook on the counter-attack over the halfway. Howell's bursting down the right-hand side. He's got the entire, motorway of room there. We're going to play it to Watson instead on this near side, and he's won a corner for Leicester, Chris.
Motorway of space. I like that one.
I sort of stumbled on my words. He had literally like a canyon of like the centre and the right-hand side of the pitch, and it was only Harry Howell running into it. If I played a diagonal ball, it would have been 1-0.
I know what you were trying to say, but it was just like... I was going to say that this is in like the youth or the Papa John's or whatever it is, but this was a game I wish I'd seen. Full-time at Bristol. Bristol Rovers 4, Chelsea under-21 6.
Okay, Bristich is off for Bobby Decordova-Reid, and Connor Chaplin is coming off here for Cullen.
Oh, Chaplin. Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess it must be a fitness concern here. And Decordova-Reid is getting the captain's armband, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I mean...
Fuck off!
Wait, I will say this, if you're going to start doing more than what you have been doing, now's the time to do it, because the energy of the rest of the team's really good.
Oh my fuck's sake!
But I know I'm reaching because it is Bobby Decordova-Reid possibly. But I'm a short-term memory guy. If he goes out there and gets us the winning goal tonight and really puts a shift in, then who knows, right?
He's not captain material.
Well, we don't see, do we? I mean, you hear things about him, and you wonder maybe he could maybe fit the profile, but I'm not convinced by the on-pitch side of his game personally. But Ipswich have got the ball and have a free kick, and they're going to pass it amongst their defenders here.
I kind of get the Bristol coming off, because, like you say, he didn't play for a while, did he, or train for a while?
No, he didn't.
I just wish we could bring somebody else on. No,
Jack Clark here, counter-attack, free space for Ipswich, it's 1-0. Unfortunately, guys, there was a mistake there at the back. Flag stayed down that time. We tried to play offside. Aluko was in a bit of a wrestling match there with the Ipswich Town midfielder. He went down to Jack Clark on this left-hand side, crossed the 6-yard box, and it was just tapped in.
Got to say, I just saw that come up on my other screen there.
Yeah.
Aguili, I think it was. 62 minutes. Leeds have gone 1-0 up against Forest.
Just going to see what happened there. There's a discussion going on with Cullen and Decordova-Reid here. I'm just going to see the replay, guys, and see what happened here. So it was a ball through. Aluko was sticking to Akpom here. Akpom got away from him. Aluko had somebody's shirt again. And then we got Koulibaly. Didn't get back quick enough, unfortunately. And the ball was across. And it was, they got in front of the two centre-backs only the second time today. The first time was offside. And he had all the goal to aim for and put it in the corner.
Totally open. Totally all the space in the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a bit of a game like that so far, hasn't it? So it's disappointing. You just kind of felt the way the game was going. One team was going to score in that fashion, and luckily Ipswich got it before we did.
Don't know what I mean. I shouldn't be disappointed because
Oh,
I said
Nick,
not bothered for whether we go through or not, but I
no.
kind of am.
Here comes Ipswich again. It's going to be another chance. Blocked by Luke Thomas. It was literally another situation where they nearly got through. Shot hit Luke Thomas. Playing out from the back there. Got a little bit dicey again, Chris. Sorry to interrupt you, bud.
Never be sorry, mate. Never be sorry.
I'm part Canadian. I'm going to be sorry more often than I probably should be.
That is a disappointing goal to concede with the way we've played.
It is. Bobby Decordova-Reid's now chasing down the Ipswich Town goalkeeper here. And now we've got a secondary press coming up here as well. Playing through the midfield. Braybrook tried a back heel there, and unfortunately it wasn't read well by Louis Page. Louis Page looks to have pushed up a little bit here into more of a central midfield three here alongside Braybrook and Cullen, I believe.
Somebody just said in the chat, Luke Thomas, would you blame him for that?
I think you could look at all of them. Aluko was trying to obviously deal with Akpom, and then once he dealt with that, Koulibaly wasn't awake enough to the run that was happening behind him with Jack Clark. To be fair to Koulibaly, he's actually got back every other time so far. That was the first time. Now Koulibaly's been played through again here, and it's going to be played across by Clark, and there's a great opportunity, and it's been smothered by Jacob, and it's gone over the crossbar, and it's a corner. Akpom with an opportunity there. They're now carving us open. Well said. Liv Davis has come on for Ipswich, which we didn't see on camera, and that's made a difference to them. He's really pushing up on that left-hand side.
But I'm going to take the positives out of this. That it is still the best performance.
Yeah, corner in. Jack Clark crossed in towards the back post, headed cleared by Leicester. We're under a bit of pressure here now, Chris. Sorry, mate. Plays down this near-hand side. Jack Clark's going to ping it in again. He's got a long-range cross on him. It's going to the far side of the pitch. The header's been won there over McFarlane. It's bouncing down the edge of the penalty area. Luckily, it's going to come to Koulibaly, who was quite central there, interestingly enough. We try and play through, and it was a good ball. Here's up to Harry Howe. Howe's going to drive over halfway, and it's a free kick to Leicester inside the Ipswich half, and there'll be a yellow card there for Kipri, I believe, the centre-back. Yeah, ex-former Leicester Academy's in the book, Chris.
Just seeing that second chance. Yeah, they are coming on top of us now. Coventry gone 3-2 up against Plymouth. Yeah.
I think you can question the tactical side of it a little bit still, because it's obviously this. It reminds me of Enzo ball a little bit, what I've seen tonight, the closest to the Enzo variety rather than the Russell Martin one we've seen so far. But it does create problems. Like in that situation, maybe Jacob's got to do what he's done a couple of other times before and come out and just try and get that ball before a shot opportunity comes off right. Shot from distance from Louis Page. Saved down, deflected, and it's gone behind from Decordova-Reid. Oh, we nearly got 1-1.
Oh, Decordova-Reid missed a shot. Who knew?
Well, I don't know if he missed it or there was an Ipswich player on him. It looked like O'Shea might have got a foot on it. It's going to be a corner to Leicester. It was a nice low drive shot from Louis Page. We were literally mosh pitting through the middle. No, it wasn't. It was, I apologise, it was Watson. Watson literally turned and hit it towards the bottom right-hand corner through a crowd. The goalkeeper gets a hand to it, and then across comes Decordova-Reid alongside O'Shea, and O'Shea gets the final touch on it to put it behind when basically he had an open goal.
You're going to love this. Watford 0, Peterborough 5.
Header from Leicester. It's 1-1. Come on.
Yeah!
The corner come in, and it was a free header. Come on. And it is Luke. It was a Luco. Come on, a Luco.
Bloody hell, it's not even come up on my Sky bit yet.
Unbelievable. It was an outswinging corner. It went to the far end of the 6-yard box. So Luco found some space, headed it down to the far left corner. The keeper stretching, can't get anywhere near it. Into the rippling net. We are level, and deservedly so. Come on.
Wow. Like I say, yes, a Luco, 67 minutes, 5 minutes between goals. That's how you respond to going behind.
Chris, I've got to play it for you, mate. And can I just
252 of you in to see it as well.
And can I just say, I slightly miscalled it. The ball came in. The person who got his head on the ball originally was Bobby Decordova-Reid. And then Aluko nipped in at the back post just to get a final touch on it. And it went into the back of the net.
Yeah, it's Aluko.
But fair play to Bobby. Bobby won that header. He got into the space and just nodded it on.
He's been credited with the assist as Bobby.
I mean, let's be honest, it was his header. It was going to go wide. So well done to Aluko for reading the situation here. And now we've got energy here. Here come Leicester again on the far side. We're going to be breaking forward here, trying to play it to Watson. Watson trying to get the ball out from under his feet, deflects around just inside the penalty area and cleared by Ipswich out to Aluko, who's up here with Akpom. Akpom lays it off. Jack Clark's got some space. Oh, he takes it through both Page and Koulibaly there. Now we've got Egley down his left-hand side. He tried to low cross. There's an Ipswich player on the deck, and I think there's going to be... No, they're carrying on. Here comes a shot from Jack Clark. Jacob spills it and manages to grab the rebound just in front of the Ipswich Town player. Chaos unfolding at Portman Road. End-to-end action. I'm sweating now. This game's kicking off, bud.
It is, isn't it? It is...
That's the first time I've seen us play like a proper football team in God knows how long. Just, these are what football's meant to be like. It's meant to be high energy and having a go, and we just wilted every time for the past fucking 2 years, haven't we? We're not doing it tonight. We're fighting back. I love it. Come on.
I was literally about to say, let's see how we respond. That's how you respond to going behind. Exactly. And that is a better culture. I mean, I tell you what, you can just see the team culture is so much better tonight with some of these lads that have come in. So I've got to credit these players that we brought in, including the loanees. Good decision to bring them in. They've definitely got the right mentality. Yellow card coming up for Leicester here, and it's Louis Page. Louis Page decided to get into a wrestling match and pull back the Ipswich Town player. He had to take a yellow card there to stop a counter-attack from Jack Clark again. Similar to Aluko's yellow. I'm at, like I said, did I really say at the start, I'm not bothered how this game goes? I am now. I'm invested in it.
Well, it's funny because there's been games like earlier in the season. I've not been that bothered because I kind of felt so apathetic to the football we've been seeing for a long time. And all that's changed here is just the volume has been turned up by this team today. And it's just brought it all back again. This is brilliant. Offside for Ipswich. Casey McAteer getting caught offside. Do we not know this story? Well done, Casey. Keep it up, mate.
Who got the yellow card for us?
It was Louis Page, mate. Louis Page, similar to Aluko's. Oh, a bit of a wayward pass there, actually. It's gone back to Koulibaly in his near-hand side. Two Ipswich players near him. Tries a pretty dodgy pass there. It's going to come to Egley again. Leicester players getting back. Can one of the Ipswich players get a strike on this? Nunes some distance. Oh, it's hit the post and gone in. Oh, Nunes through her legs. And it's 2-1 Ipswich. High-risk pass at the back there. And unfortunately, it didn't pay off. And Nunes finds literally the base of that right-hand post. It deflects across the goal. And then it goes into the left-hand side of the net.
I've got to say, that's how Ipswich respond.
Yeah, exactly. Fair play to him. I mean, Nunes has got that from distance. It's interesting because he came into them really as a 10, but they've started playing him more deeper now, I've noticed. And that's the danger he brings from that deeper position. He's got a shot on him and it goes through the legs and it goes off the post and into the back of the net. Disappointing. But still, can we respond? I want to see a response. Come on.
And the other thing as well is we scored from a corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a nicely. I think it was Louis Page who took it, Chris, as well, which is interesting because obviously he's not been on the pitch to see him take corners as well. I think Armchair's got a good point there. The keepers are still all looking a bit shaky, but it's funny looking at Jacob tonight. If I look at some of the flappy sort of punches he tried to make so far, I would say I don't think McCarthy would have done any better. I think it would have been exactly the same.
Would McCarthy have done any better?
No, we got a hydration break, Chris.
Have we?
I'm not sure it's a hydration break or not, but all the Leicester players are down here having a little team talk and getting some water into them. Oh no, it's because Aluko's down at the moment. So Aluko's getting some work done. Oh, don't say he's got an injury. We don't want to lose Aluko here. Oh, don't.
Oh, I mean I just seen the goal there. I mean, it was literally it was a packed defence. That ball could have hit that and gone anywhere, and it happened to go in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was sloppy.
I'm not going to still arch it for that one at all.
No, not that one. No, I think that was a case of we needed to be turning around the other way, not passing it backwards across our own, box and then giving the ball away. That was the problem there.
Yeah. Southampton 1, West Ham 3.
Oh, that's turned around a bit.
Worse for Southampton.
Of course, Charlton signed the goalkeeper I wanted, Okonkwo, didn't they?
And where was he from?
He was from Wrexham, the guy we were linked with. I like him. He's a proper sweeper keeper. But unfortunately, we went for Ravioli instead, who's not even on the bench.
Ravioli, who couldn't even play as a Blackpool number 2, hardly got any games.
Aluko looks like it's coming off, and I wonder if it's going to be an interesting sub here. It is Jaden Joseph coming on to replace Koulibaly at right back. So that makes sense because Koulibaly started to look like he was struggling towards the end there. His pace and his positional stuff was getting worse as the game went on. And Wes Burns is coming on as well here, but it might be for Aluko. So Wes Burns on for Aluko. So who is going to centre back? We're going 3 at the back. Big applause for Wes Burn, obviously, coming back for his Ipswich Town return here. Aluko.
Koulibaly, JJ.
Yes, JJ, and then Wes Burns has come on for Aluko. And we switched to 3 at the back, Chris.
Wow.
So this is interesting. So I believe that means, Wes Burns is playing at right wing back. So we've gone for a 3-5-2 here, which is interesting because I didn't know Russell Martin knew a 3-5-2. I like a 3-5-2 as well. This is game's getting,
I'm very happy with the 3-5-2. Who's the second striker then?
It looks like to me it is going to be Cullen. Cullen's the most highest player alongside Decordova-Reid.
Wow.
So that's interesting. The 3 at the back's an interesting change. So actually JJ has gone into central defence here. So basically, even though they did it the other way around with the numbers, I would say actually JJ has actually replaced Maluko and Wes Burns has replaced Thingamajig.
Thingamajig. Oh, no wonder we're losing. Thingamajig.
I have like a 1 second memory gap and it just went, so I let it go rather than fight it. We've still got 15 minutes to go here to call the action. Here come Ipswich now coming over halfway with Leif Davis trying to play through the offside trap. He's onside, flicked around the goalkeeper and it's gone past the left-hand post, luckily. The flag is now up, so there we go. But nearly Akpom there getting through. But once again, the offside trap just about worked.
But we know Cullen knows where the goal is, don't we?
Well, he does if he could turn up in the right place. I don't think that's offside, actually. I think the referee's been quite kind to us there. It looks like McFarlane's playing him on.
Do you know what? I feel sorry for Plymouth on Tuesday. What a journey for them.
Oh, I know, right? Well, but every game for them's a journey, Chris. I mean,
it is. But on a Tuesday night, make that a weekend game, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, maybe. McFarlane's here wrestling with Nunes at the top end of the pitch. He's going to go out for an Ipswich Town throwing right by the far side corner flag. Taking a throw back.
Talking of Plymouth, it's all over. Plymouth 2, Coventry 4. 78 penalty.
It was all looking so good 10 minutes ago, but for both Leicester and Plymouth, wasn't it? Anyway, ball forward here. There's a bit of space here for Ipswich. Crossed across the goal. Going to go all the way to the far side. It's going to be touched on there by Watson, and it's going to go out for another Ipswich throwing by the far side corner flag, which Furlong's getting ready to take here.
It was offside, that attempt, but it was a good move by Ipswich. And he was offside. He went too early.
It was close, but I think the nice thing is we just about got away with it. And you think also they're back 3 now, so they're getting used to that, aren't they? Going to be a long throw from Furlong about to come in here with 15 minutes to go. Comes in towards the top end of the 6-yard box. Headed clear by McFarlane, completely unmarked. It's going to come back out to Ipswich here. We've got all the Leicester players back in front of their own area. Comes all the way through. Jacob uses one hand to palm it out of the sky. And now he tries to roll it out down to Wes Burns on this right-hand near side to try and launch a counter-attack. But we're going to play it amongst the defence again here, guys. Probably wanted to run. Yeah, probably wanted to run into the space there, Wes. But we've managed to drag Ipswich out here, and now we're going to go centrally through the middle. The interesting thing is, a lot of League One teams don't play like this. That's the challenge, isn't it, Chris? We're trying to play like this in League One. Is a League One team going to come across there with 3 players and create the space for you to pass into central midfield and the centre-back positions? Or are they just going to stick with the centre-backs like Burton did?
Indeed.
Back to the Ipswich Town goalkeeper now. Still only 1 goal in this. Could get a penalty shootout tonight, guys. Ipswich with the ball on the far side. Going to play it centrally. Now there's a little bit of room here for Akpom again. Akpom's now got a pass down to Jack Clark on this near-hand side. Trying to play it through. JJ reads it well. JJ then bundles over with the Ipswich Town player, and it's going to be a free kick to Leicester City. Well done, JJ.
No, I almost wish I was here on Saturday to see what changes.
Yeah, I do as well, mate. It's going to be a shame to miss you. I mean, obviously, we'll hold the fort for you in your absence, everyone. So there will still be
it is half pleasure, half pain. I'm going to have a needle stuck in me, but then I'm going to spend the afternoon with my granddaughter. So.
What's amazing is my expectations were so low heading into this. This feels actually pretty good. There's a ball in now from Wes Burns. It's been flicked on by Ipswich on the back heel and come back out the penalty area. There's a bit of a duel going on with Akpom here, and it's going to be with Louis Page. Leicester win the ball back. Referee saying get up because Clark's gone over on Wes Burns' foot there. Sorry to interrupt your flow again, mate. There's just getting a little bit fiery.
You interrupt. You're the main commentator. I mean, you went 4-0, mate.
I did. I thought we were going to get hammered 4-0. I've learned something tonight. If I predict us to win, we lose. If I predict us to lose, we win. So I'm going to keep predicting us to lose every week from here on in, guys. It's the best way of doing it.
Well, we've not won yet, mate. Don't.
No, this is true. Ipswich Town fan 100. Nice to see you, mate. What do you think the score will be? I mean, it's close. I mean, I think there's another goal in this. It could be 3-1 Ipswich or it could be 2-2, I think. It will be one or the other.
Well, I'll take no pleasure in it being 3-1.
Yeah. Oh, it's nearly an outside of the boot pass there from Jack Clark again. Jack Clark once again trying to play nice balls through the defence there, but luckily Jack had read it well and came out and killed the problem. Now trying to play out from the back again. Let's not mess this up, please, guys. Louis Page is back trying to help out. He goes back to the goalkeeper. Now here comes Braybrook in a bit of space. Going to go up the far side of the pitch here. There's an overlap potentially on. Interesting about the change of shape here as well. And there's going to be a long ball forward from Bobby Duckworth-Reid, who's quite deep here. He's going to find Wes Burn on the right-hand side, and it's going to be kicked out by Ipswich for a Leicester throwing down near this near side corner flag. Interesting, because Bobby's dropping quite deep here for Leicester, and every time he gets the ball, he's not playing a short pass, he's playing a long one. Interesting. We've not really seen that so far this season.
No. It's a match of long passes, would you say?
It's been a lot more 50-50. Hey, look, they're still passing it amongst the back. Don't get me wrong, they are. But there's a lot more 50-50 when it comes to spreading the play in this game and making a long ball. Going to be another change for Leicester coming up here as well. And it's going to be Harry Howe coming up. No, sorry, this is Ipswich. Casey McAteer is coming off for Ipswich. And there's going to be the youngster coming on for them, which is Adele, the right winger.
Hello.
Yes, I know. Yeah, exactly, Adele. Yes, you got it. I think it's a deal. I think I pronounced it wrong as well because I'm good at that. Jack Clark's coming off as well for Ipswich. That's probably helpful.
West Ham 4, Southampton 1 at the Dell.
Oh, Maeda's on for Ipswich Town, a new signing from Celtic. He's got pace to burn. And we're going to see here, Chris, a like-for-like swap with Harry Howe coming off, who looks like he's bollocks, bless him. And he's run his arse off tonight. Got to credit him for that.
Half time, didn't you?
Yeah, he looked like he was bollocks, and it's been replaced by Will Alves, which shows probably an indication to try and equalise here.
He's going for it, I think, isn't he?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Tom, the 2 times I ever heard you swear Leicester scored. I try not to swear because when I used to do comedy, it's like you want to swear as little as possible to make it more impactful. Do you know what I mean? If you swear every thing, it just gets a bit boring, doesn't it?
It does.
Here come Leicester now.
I think that's the world we live in today. The F is like a normal word, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We're pressed over halfway here, guys. 10 minutes to go. JJ's going to lay it off to Luke Thomas.
Going for it. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I mean, he's changed his formation here. I mean, Luke Thomas there sliding in to prevent a one-on-one. Luke Thomas now trying to play a direct ball forward. It's hit Kipri in the head, and it's going to come out. Wes Burns will mop it up low. Wes Burns now chipping it forward here, trying to find Louis Page, I believe that is. No, sorry, it's Cullen. I forgot Cullen was on the pitch. And now here's Will Alves and Cullen trying to battle in this near-hand corner with the Ipswich Town players. The battle for the second ball, Chris, has been pretty good tonight. It's like we're actually having a go here. And we're going to win the ball back again. I mean, that's amazing. We're winning so many second or third balls. Brilliant.
Because we're playing as a team. The passes are coming off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We just lost the ball.
You can go back to that. Well, the back 4 anyway.
I think there's certain people you definitely wouldn't want to see back in this team again. I mean, and so let's hope that happens. Maeda's just played the ball through there, and luckily for us, Leif Davis, who's really pushed uphill on that left-hand side for Ipswich, wasn't able to read it. I mean, it's amazing because Maeda is looking like George Clooney. He's got grey hair. which is remarkable. It makes him look like he's about 50, bless him. Here come Leicester now. Louis Page trying to win a loose ball. He gets his foot on it and he's going to go to Kipri, unfortunately. Nunes lays it off quickly, and it comes down to a bit of space for Maeda here on this in his left side. He's going to low cross it into the middle. Picked up by Ipswich. Egley's going to turn and strike. It's gone wild over the crossbar. Wouldn't look out of place in the NFL, but luckily for us, not on target. Goal kick to Leicester.
Let's hope Aluko's not too hurt.
Yeah, exactly, because that's really answered a question for us at centre-back for me. I mean, but Chris, saying that, do you think you'll pick him at centre-back on Saturday, though? I just got this horrible feeling because it's Leicester. We'll just see Blooming Cody back there.
He'll revert to... I see what you mean about that guy, the old Silver Fox. Yeah, I can just see him going back, if you like, to
Oh, I know, but it could be a clinical mistake. I think this is something you might have semi-lucked into tonight as well. Maybe to prove a point about needing centre-backs, and then just the level of energy in that performance. I mean, I'm not even upset and we're 2-1 down. Oh, ball there, trying to be played through. JJ's done a great job. JJ was under a bit of pressure there for Maeda, and he's wrestled him off there very fairly and got the ball back for Leicester when he could have been played through.
Middlesbrough have beaten Doncaster. Sheffield United 2-1 up at Blackburn. Birmingham 1, Brentford 4.
McFarlane, unfortunately, just missed a nice crossfield ball there, and it's gone out of play for an Ipswich friend. McFarlane's starting to look a little bit leggy now, bless him.
It's been an involved game, shall we say.
I tell you what, they put in more work tonight than they have done for 20 games last season. Definitely.
Games together.
I know, yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah, it's crazy. Just the different levels of energy. They're all going to come off tonight absolutely knackered. Ipswich have got the ball on the right-hand side. Going to come into the box. Crosses it across the 6-yard box. Oh, misses everyone, including the Leicester defence. Jacob looked like he was falling over. It's going to keep it in play here with Leif Davis on this near-hand side. Here comes Nunes now into central midfield. Luckily, Braybrook shielded him right back towards the halfway line where Kipri's going to hold possession. Here comes another press now from Leicester. It's going to be Will Alves. Are we going to pick the ball up? We can't quite get a foot on it. Nunes is the deepest man back for Ipswich at the moment. Plays it across to a far position here on the top end of the pitch. And now back to the goalkeeper. Good pressing there from Leicester to make them go all the way back to the keeper.
Oh,
long ball over the top. Maeda was through there. Sorry, Chris. We're about 10 yards between him and the centre-back. They've put the flag up, luckily, and he is offside.
I'm gonna make you happy again because I'm going to mention his name, Nigel Pearson.
Yes,
that great escape year. We lost and lost and lost and lost, but we put the performances in. This reminds me of Nigel Pearson's years. That great escape year. Yeah,
exactly. It's a bit more of a... I'll tell you what, it's a more honest performance, this, than we've seen in a while. Hey, look, it's scrappy. The passing has still got a lot of room to improve. The passing from the back still absolutely terrifies me because, once again, just now, as I'm talking, we've given the ball up with Jacob playing a ball to Page in the central midfield, and he's pushed off it, and we've given it up, right? But I think outside of those things, which hopefully you can work on in training, it's just the way we've approached the game, and just the humility and the application has been a lot better.
Totally.
Going to be a long throw from Ipswich now from the far side of the pitch. Furlong's going to throw it in long. No, he's changed his mind. He stood short there and he did like the little thing you do in penalties. Change your mind. Crossed in deep. Jacob comes out and grabs it. Good read, Jacob. Counter-attack. Braybrook. Oh, it's a loose pass, unfortunately. It's hit the back of Nunes' legs there. That was going to play.
More shots on target and more touches in the opposition box.
I think as the game's gone on, Ipswich have created better chances, probably. But I still appreciate the fact that we've, like you say, generally had spells in this game where we've actually looked like we're a threat on the goal. I mean, we didn't look like that against Burton enough, did we?
No.
Luke Thomas has found a good pass forward here. Going to come inside, strikes it on. Unfortunately, it's hit off a defender and it's going to fall to Leif Davis. Nearly a chance for Leicester there. And now Akpom's one-on-one with JJ. He shrugged him off here. No flag. One-on-one with Akpom. And a great one-on-one save by Jacob. He went to his bottom left. Jacob went down and managed to palm it behind for a corner. What a sweeper keeper save from Jacob. Well done.
Fair play to him.
I think he's getting better as the game's gone on, His decisions have got stronger. He came out and collected the ball well a minute ago. But, is that thing of he's not going to sign a new deal? Do we have to look elsewhere? But JJ really couldn't do a lot there because if we brought down Akpom, it would have been a red card. So he got away from him.
No, he doesn't want to sign a new deal. How do you know we haven't lost him once?
Well, we don't. This is true. We don't. I hope, if he keeps playing like this and improving in this way, maybe it's a confidence thing that's been the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was playing in front of behind a Coley and Suter, I'm pretty sure I'd have bloody problems in that goal, to be honest.
Yeah.
Corner in from Ipswich. There's Leicester player on the deck here, and it's McFarlane who's going to pick it up, luckily. No, it was an Ipswich player that went down, but the referee's not going to give anything there. And there's a
save. Fair play. And I've got to say as well, I'm going to give Stolarczyk credit here that he did that, and then he tried to run. Well, he didn't try to run. He did run to try and stop it going out for a corner.
No, that's it. Sorry, Jacob, about not trying to run back and get it. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, could do a little bit better, perhaps. Yeah, mind yourself,
I think it was a good save. What I'm saying is, he didn't just say, well, that's it. He then actually got up and ran after the ball to try and stop it going out for a corner.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said the opposite. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'd already moved on with the chaos of this game, so I'd sort of not seen that bit. Yeah.
Ow.
Here comes Decordova Reid with a 1-2 into the Ipswich half. Now he's given an opportunity perhaps for a strike here. Oh, this cut past the right-hand post from Leicester. Strike from distance from Will Alves, and unfortunately just slightly overcooked it. But there was a lot of space there for Will Alves. With 2 minutes to go here, can Alves keep finding that space, Chris? Because if he does, he might get one on target in a minute. Good opportunity.
I don't know if my heart would stand penalties, to be honest with you.
I don't know if I've done a penalty shootout with you on this channel. It'll be fascinating, wouldn't it?
No, we haven't. And the thing is, as well, is that, I mean, what do? Do you bring players on who you know might be good at penalties, or do you leave the players on that are performing now?
Well, at the moment, you're 2-1 down, so it's irrelevant, isn't it? So, I think for the moment, just stick with it as it is,
No, but if it did go to penalties, Mr. Politician.
Well, what did I do on the Football Manager show last week, Chris?
I don't think I was in then, was I? Oh, yes.
Chris, you were watching the penalties. I penalties.
You brought players on, didn't you? Oh, my goodness me, Alves. I've just seen it.
Yeah, I did. I did bring on a couple of players, and we won the penalty shootout by a consequence, didn't we? So go back and watch that if you want, guys. Football Manager show. I'm Leicester in the league.
We pulverised the penalties, didn't we? That was an effort from Alves.
It's a shame because
he had it covered, in fairness.
Yeah, we're trying to play for Ipswich again if on the back. We're going to see what added time there is. Here comes Louis Page driving forward. Oh, and unfortunately, he's giving it away straight to one of the Ipswich players. Ipswich are going to go for goal from distance, and it's in off the crossbar. It's a halfway line goal from Ipswich because we were trying to press through them. Game over. 3-1 to Ipswich. Nunes from the halfway line. I didn't miss that one, did I?
No.
Oh, we were trying to counter press with Louis Page. Unfortunately, Louis Page ran straight into one of the Ipswich Town players. He lays it off to Nunes. Nunes sees Jacob off his line, centre of the pitch, and just hits it. And it hits the bottom of the crossbar and goes into the back of the net.
I mean, those second and third goals have been a bit, well, all right, not lucky, but the fact that it's gone in off the post and then off the crossbar.
Yeah, Jacob might have got that, He was scrambling back. I think if he jumped, he would have got a hand to it, He just sort of lost the ball in a blind spot just over his shoulder about here. I do wonder, still question marks about all our goalkeepers, I would feel, sadly. But, yeah, I mean, I said tonight, coming into the show, didn't I, Chris? Performance was the word I was looking for. We've lost this now, but a performance of a much better variety. Here come Leicester saying that. Haven't seen how much added time there is yet. It went the 91st minute, so my apologies. I can't give you that. Wes Byrne on the right-hand side. Cross it in towards the back post. Going to be picked up by Walton in the goal for Ipswich. 6 minutes of added time.
I mean, what can you say?
I think there's more to be encouraged about. And don't forget, guys, stick around for the post-match show today. It's me, Chris, Wayne and Jim. So that'll be an interesting one for us to go through a lot of these things because there's a lot of mixed things to talk about as usual. Here come Ipswich now trying to play through us. Going to be giving it up to Braybrick here, who's got a bit of space in the central field position. Nice ball for the Decordova Reid, who tries to flick it on and unfortunately flicks it straight into Kipri, who uses his big body to shield it down towards Maeda on this near-hand side. 4 minutes to go. Ipswich are going to kick it out of play and a throw into Leicester just about 5 foot from the penalty area near side.
Who says there we're our own worst enemy? I mean, we're going for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the start of football as well. You get open to these things, don't you, unfortunately? It's very true.
Yeah.
Burns now with chance.
I take pleasure in saying who guessed 3-1.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah, that's true.
I take no pleasure in that whatsoever.
But did you expect, mate, this level of performance to that 3-1? Did you expect us to give up 3 crappy goals from the back? I mean, look, we gave up. None of the goals were actually from a defensive mistake, passing from the back. They were from an offside trap that didn't work, a long-range strike because Jacob was off his line, and one for a crowd of players off the post. So,
two balls off the woodwork.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do wonder with the confidence this team has had for the past 2 years, and a lot of young players tonight who have really put that to bed a little bit. Even with Jacob still, there's still this problem we've been playing without confidence for such a long time. To play in such a style of football under Russell Martin, it is a bit precarious, the game, isn't it? Because if you do what happened there, like we said in the chat, and you make a mistake and give the ball up, your keeper's basically outside the penalty area, and someone can have a pot shot, can't they? So it's a problematic thing tactically, and I do hope that Russell Martin will have some more pragmatism perhaps going forward as well about what decisions he makes, especially playing out from the back. We don't need to do it all the time. We've shown we can win a second ball tonight.
Mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up. Exactly. That's it.
I just say that wasn't as good as either Braybrooks or Fataru's goal because it was not on the halfway line.
No, it was just inside actually the centre circle. It was just literally the layoff was on the halfway line into the centre circle. Yeah, 2 minutes to go. It's back with the Ipswich Town goalkeeper. Yeah, well said, Brian. We're in the 3rd division. I think that's interesting when you think about the tactical side of what we're trying to do. It's like we're trying to do Enzo ball in the 3rd division. But like I said tonight, Chris, Ipswich have done the thing in the Premier League that teams do, which is they've had 3 players coming down to the ball, and it has created us that space you might not necessarily get to play amongst the back within League One.
Indeed, totally. Nunes is off.
Watson's going to play a ball forward here, and unfortunately, Decordova can't get there first. Going to be cleared away. We run it back into central midfield with Louis Page. Louis Page trying to take on 2 men. Louis Page, unfortunately, in the second half, has been giving away the ball a lot. He was a lot better in the first half. Nice ball from Luke Thomas there, though. Going to put his Decordova-Reid. He's got past his man, leads it off into the 6-yard box, and there's an offside flag for Decordova-Reid.
Some better teams than us that have gone out today.
Who's that?
Well, championship teams and, there's been a few surprises in there as well. I'll go through all the scores when you go off and have your break on that.
Yeah, no worries, mate. About a minute to go here. The goalkeeper from Ipswich Town's about to take...
on Martin? I mean, come on, Richard. We've got to stay. This is the best performance I've seen in at least 2 seasons, if not longer.
I mean, I'm still very 50-50 on Russell Martin's. Well, no, if I'm not even 50-50, I don't think this style of football is the way to go personally. But if you're going to do this style of football, this is more like a performance you should put out there. But I still think, have we got the quality to do it? And more importantly, are you in the right league to try and do this? I think probably not, to be honest.
But somebody just said we are a 3rd league team. They are a Premier League team.
Yeah, but we're playing against. But like I say, the way they press is like different to what Burton did. Burton waited for us to make a mistake actually in a lot of the game on Saturday, and we couldn't play through them if they stood still. Alves from distance there again, Chris, has been kept out by the goalkeeper, who palms it down and saves the rebound. We're about to blow here, I believe, guys. Goalkeeper's just waiting here. We're past the 96 minutes. Yeah, well, Alves another strike on goal. Goalkeeper kicks it long. And the referee hasn't blown yet. It's going to drop down for Ipswich on the far side of the pitch. And McFarlane bundles over his man and gives away a free kick. He looked like a suplex in WWE, that did. Had his arms around him from behind. He just dumped him over. So free kick to Ipswich to finish this one off. I think Ipswich just want the whistle to be blown here. Ref, you might as well blow it. They don't even look really interested in taking it. They've got no one forward here. The referee's gone and put a line down for the Leicester wall here as well, which is remarkable. They're going to play it long, though, Ipswich, to be fair. They play it into the box, goes all the way through. Jacob grabs it here. Jacob has been... No, and they blow for full time. Full time. Here we go. Ipswich 3, Leicester 1.
See you in a bit, mate.
See you in a bit.
Okay, hi guys. Let's go through the scores, the full-time scores. Cardiff City 1, Norwich City 2, Doncaster Rovers 1, Middlesbrough 3, Barnsley 3, Crewe Alexandra 2, Blackburn Rovers 1, Sheffield United 2, Blackpool 1, Lincoln City 4, Cambridge United 0, Millwall 1, Fleetwood Town 4, Shrewsbury Town 0, Ipswich Town 3, Leicester City 1, Plymouth Argyle, who were 2-0 down, got it back to 2-2, end up losing 2-4 to Coventry. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Wolves 2, Southampton 1, West Ham United 4. Southampton season still to start, really. Stoke 1, Hull 1, that's the penalties. Walsall 1, Walsall 0, Leyton Orient 0, that's on to penalties. Watford 1, Peterborough 5, which somebody said earlier, that is the big surprise probably of the night. As is probably Birmingham City 1, Brentford 6. And oh dear, although this has still got 12 minutes to go, Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 2, and Brentford still got about 8 minutes to go as well. Jim, Wayne, good evening. Look, I've said, and I honestly I believe it, the best Leicester performance I have probably seen, I'm going to say, for 3 seasons.
I thought there was a lot of, I mean, the word we talked at half, and I think you and Tom talked a lot in the first half, was energy. I thought there was a lot of energy in the team. And I think that comes from the younger players, the players that have the desire to get out there and play. And that's who we want on the field. We want the players out there that want to play. And Wayne and I had a hard time discussing things at halftime, trying to figure out who made a mistake. There was no "oh shit" moment in the first half, was there, Wayne?
No, not at all. It's interesting, guys in the chat and saying that's probably our best performance of the season, but I still feel disappointed. So it's a real mixed feeling, isn't it, today? Because I think that's our, I agree, Chris, I think that's our most complete performance for a long time. Just that bit of quality in the end. And the one thing I will say is Russell Martin critics will say you can be on top of the game like within the Premier League, but Koulibaly passed there for that goal. So yeah, that you just get done by those daft moments, and they have got the quality to take advantage of it.
You have. I said at the start that I wasn't bothered about the result. This is a competition that, to my mind, is just one too many. It's not our priority. We're not going to win it. And yet, here we are, disappointed. Well, I am anyway. Wayne. Sorry, Jim.
No, I think you're right. I mean, ultimately, we want to win every game. You're right. Were we going to win the whole cup with this team? Probably not. What we needed was a positive performance on the heels of what we showed in our last game. And I think we've got the positive performance. But on top of that, what we've seen is our glaring Achilles heel. 3 goals, all 3 goals on defensive miscues. Okay? Now, I say that tongue-in-cheek because I think our back line played much better than it has in the past 2 years. I mean, 2 years, two games. But still, bad passes by our defensive back line led to 3 goals. And we can't do that. We just can't do that.
I mean, Reece says there are lots of positives. Went toe-to-toe with an iron side. Like I said, give it time. Clibo, great performance. City, guess who isn't getting his place back in centre-back position? You think so? But I wouldn't be surprised to see him back there on Saturday. I don't think, because look, that you can't lose the ball in the opposition half or on the halfway line and blame that on a power. I mean, that's, you can't think that the player's going to do that. In my opinion, anyway. You can't blame Stolarczyk for any of the goals. And look, 2 of them have gone in off the woodwork. They could have just as easily, that ball, that third goal could have just as easily hit the crossbar, bounced down on the line and come out again. So I look at that and I go, bloody hell, that team better start on Saturday, Wayne.
100%. I agree with Creasy. Although I mentioned about the defensive frailties, that's the only difference. It's just that bit of quality in around the box.
Yeah.
I think every other element of the performance, I'm very, very pleased with. The competitiveness, the way we've progressed the ball through the thirds, which we've been disjointed before. And there's a reason why you got Braybrook and Page in the middle. I think Koulibaly, until he started blowing, when he made his mistake, he just run out of steam, Koulibaly. Really love the way he played. He's aggressive, he's clever, positionally. That's what I like. A lot of the team, they work the positions really well. And I just like the way they play football together. So that is the most positive I've felt with the performance so far.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne. Jim, sorry, carry on.
No, I'm sorry. I just think, to Wayne's point, to a man. I mean, we can really extend it. A couple of mistakes by the back line, but all in all, to the man, there was really no donkeys, if you will, in this match. They all came out, and you could see the desire to play well and to win and to play well together. I mean, it was really positive. It's what we needed going forward.
I'm just going to highlight this because I never thought I'd hear Reece actually say this or type this. Look, Tom, this is a team, and it always happens when you put a weaker side out for a cup game, they've not played together. If we put the team out that had played against Burton, it's virtually the same team that came out against, the previous 2 games, wasn't it? So they'd be used to passing to knowing where a player is. So, yeah, things are going to go on, but you say, we were saying, or you were saying passes were going astray, and yes, they were, but there's also a hell of a lot of passes that were finding, players in maroon.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the thing from tonight we could take away is, for one of the first times in a long time, is we can't fault the effort. And that's been one of the first things we've probably faulted on a lot of the watch-alongs, post matches recently, right? Where's the effort? Where's the desire? I think that was there. Yeah, there's still a long way to go. And I think there is a little bit of an unsettling nature, perhaps, of how much we still got to probably do. But there's definitely 1 or 2 highlights, like Aluko's performance tonight. Thomas looked pretty decent at centre-back, oddly, which is quite an incredible thing to say. I thought Koulibaly also. There's a lot of players we can call out tonight. I said I think they took a step up today, but like I say, I think there's still questions about the Russell Martin system, because you need to have world-class players really to try and execute this style of football to a degree. And will that translate? These are things we can't answer now. These are things that only he can answer with the decisions he makes in the next week about what players we bring in to get that squad to where he needs it to be, and then what players we continue playing going forward from this performance tonight.
We've got a new centre-back, Jim. I mean Luke Thomas.
Well, I mean, Luke has been a polarizing guy. We've talked about him for multiple years now, where he has games that we go, this is what we've been waiting to see. But it's always been on that left back for the most part. Let's just hope. I like Luke Thomas. I like his effort. I thought Kate described him. If you remember your interview or your show yesterday with Kate, she described him to a T. He's a good guy, a lot of effort, works hard, practices hard, good teammate, desire, everything you want. It's just he has gotten into games and he just made mistakes. Today was a really good game for him. We just have to hope that continues. And if it shores up that center back position, that's fine by me.
Look, Wayne, Aluko, Jesus Christ. God. And we hope he's all right, obviously. But what a game he had.
Oh, are you changing your love for Alvarez now, Chris? Are you swapping
Alvarez wasn't on the pitch. I couldn't, I've still got my love for Alvarez. And let's be honest with you, he came on and nearly scored twice. So fair play. But no, Aluko, again, fantastic game.
Yeah, well, we're all screaming for a Luca, and then JJ come along, and we're like, I did not like people saying JJ should start. I thought, no way. But then JJ plays brilliant there, and then Luca, and he's a centre half. Do you know what has he done that is any worse than the centre halves? Inverted commas, that's their professional position. Is so mobile, and what I like about the people that play in this team today, all of them are positionally aware where each other are, and I think the team has real structure. I think the team has real good connectivity, and that applies to the defensive side of things, but also the sort of attacking format as well. So it's interesting, like Gray said, what will Martin do this Saturday?
Well,
and let's not forget, guys, this back line that we were excited about, this is the first time they ever played together. And in some cases, the first time they played these positions in a competitive match. So, yeah, it's something to look forward to. Let's hope he doesn't revert back.
Well, Tom, I was going to come to you with that question. I think he will. What do you say?
I think there's a chance of it because we see managers, not just Russell Martin, do this historically, haven't they? They sort of then fall back on experience again, which has almost been the warning thing for us for a long time because relying on that experience has got us in a right bloody mess, hasn't it? Look, I mean, I would like to think we'd look at a team selection against MK Dons at the weekend, which is going to have at least a bit of this about it, I think that's the thing you want to at least take from it. Aluko did put in a lot of work rate tonight. Can you really start him on Saturday? This is a question as well,
doesn't it?
Well, exactly. Yeah, we don't know what that looks like, do we? But no, I'll be intrigued to see what he does with that, and also I'll be intrigued to see just what this level of energy brings against League One opposition as versus to Premier League opposition, because I wonder if what will that translate into? Will it translate into the passes being a little bit more freely available? Will we find it's a similar problem where we get closed down a bit and it's a bit scrappy again, but we're showing more effort winning those second balls? And what will the outcome be? I just know I'm just more excited for Saturday now, seeing that than what I was coming out of the game at the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, let's go back, Wayne, to the start. Probably, yeah, we were first few minutes we were a little bit dodgy at the back, but even playing out from the back, we seem to get that better. We seem to be able to find players. And look, playing out from the back is fine if you are going to keep hold of the ball. It's when you give it away, which we weren't doing as much of. We'll just say as much of at that, at the beginning. And I think that was the best start. Sorry, did I say Wayne? Sorry, Jim. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne. I'm trying to go around in order. It's probably the best start again I have seen in a long, long time because we were up and at it.
Me? Yeah, no, I agree. We needed, like I said earlier, we needed some positiveness from this game. And traditionally slow starters as we are, in a lot of cases conceding early, we did have a good positive start. And we saw players that we've been waiting to see playing positions that they actually showed they can play pretty darn well. So yeah, the positive start and the energy was a lot to see.
Indeed. Steve, no worries, mate. Have a safe journey. Yeah, I've got Jakob mistakes here at the start, Wayne. Luke, I mean, I've not really written much, and the reason I've not written much down is because there was too much going on the pitch, and I was trying to I was obviously behind Tom, and trying to sort of keep up with him whilst watching what was happening. So I was reacting to what was happening a minute after Tom had already talked about it and waited for me to react, and I couldn't because I hadn't seen it yet. But that's the fun that we have with these things. But yeah, it was just, if you were neutral and you went in and you looked at that, you tell me who was the Premier League team there.
Yeah, exactly. Possession, chances. Just Koulibaly got knackered and got caught at the end. Yeah, the lob over Stolarczyk. I do think Stolarczyk, he made a few real quite poor decisions to come out of the box where he kind of caught a Luko. I put a note here in the first half: poor on crosses and poor on distribution. Which, you know, I don't know whether we've got the keeper we need at the moment. And that's the only thing. I think everybody else in the team played well. I have got a big question mark still over Stolarczyk. I've got it. I don't want to, but
about this, because I asked Tom about this in the match. You're Stolarczyk. You've been the number one for over a season. You know, your name was first on the sheet. You didn't really have any real competition, if you like, once Everson had gone. And you're what is he, 24, something like that? And then a 36-year-old comes in, and you dropped. And you're suddenly like, well, hang on a second. He's 36. He should be getting his pension. You know, and I've just been dropped, and I haven't really. And in fairness, I haven't really made major howlers. And then when you picked, surely at the back of his mind he's thinking, I can't make a mistake. I can't make a mistake. If I make a mistake, I'm going to get roasted. And I'm going to say, oh, that's why you're not playing. That can play on your mind. And sometimes just, take the edge off your game.
Sorry, do you want me to bring my violin? I should have got my violin out of the loft, Chris.
No, I'm just saying, I don't think Stolarczyk was as bad as you were saying.
Look, the professional footballers, they're not being funny. He's not getting up at 3 a.m. doing shift work, is there? Yeah.
No, but he's also a human being.
That's true, Chris. That's really observant of you, Chris, that is.
Oh, I know it's a good answer when Wayne looks at me and goes, I haven't got an answer to that.
Do you want me to take it over for you there, Wayne, a minute, mate? I've got a little bit on this. I mean, look, I think there's parts of any of our goalkeepers' games we could probably go, oh, that's a little bit iffy, right? I did raise it in the match. I talked about, I thought there was a problem with the centre-back pairings going back for a long time here, no matter who was in goal, because I have seen Jacob shouting for stuff. I've seen McCarthy shouting for stuff, and then I've seen the connection not quite working out. I mean, Jacob today, that was one of his more... I'm not going to say confident, but more explosive performances. He made a really good one-on-one save when Akpom got played through. Came out, took out a Luco, but made a decision at least. Yeah, ended up being a bit of a faff, but he made a decision and the ball didn't go in the back of the net. I mean, we've seen a lot worse, but obviously we would like to probably a little bit more assurances. But I can't beat him up for having a go tonight. I think, especially when you look at a back four that was put together, which really, we all predicted it pre-match. We all thought we were going to have a few goals put past us tonight, but the manner of the defeat versus the actual game itself wasn't that bad.
Some of us actually predicted 3-1.
Don't celebrate it, Chris. Don't celebrate it. Come on. Come on.
I'm in the prediction league on Thursday. You said about Stolarczyk and about McCarthy, how can you be good goalkeepers when you've got defenders like like a Coley and Suter in front of you? I was saying that for a long, long time about Danny Ward, and yet Danny Ward got roasted. But look at that defence that was in front of him.
It was different than Danny. Danny Ward's problem was, Chris, his positioning wherever he stood was so awful. The players didn't have to go near our defence. They were shooting from 30 yards every time and scoring. Remember that Tottenham game where he got utterly mullered? They didn't even bother taking on our defence. They were shooting from 30, 40 yards and putting it in every time. Different scenario to what we've been seeing going on with McCarthy and Jacob. I mean, I just hope what we need right now is, because I don't think we're in a position to go get another goalkeeper, right? I just would like to look at this and go, okay, Jacob's had a good game here. I think, well, not a good game, some things to work on, right? But a bit of stability here. Maybe keep him in for Saturday now, because I either that will keep McCarthy in. But I think we need to get to a point here. While we're rotating keepers in the cup is something you can do. We're probably not in a position with the stability of the position to do that at this time. You probably want to go with one of them and get them used to playing with certain players, and hopefully things will improve from there, right?
Jim, you wanted to say
that's
something?
exactly what I was going to say. Until we solidify and get a regular group playing in front of them, they're both fairly pedestrian at this point. But if we can improve the players playing in front of them, maybe a blend of what we saw, and who knows what else when 6'6" comes on board. I don't mean Suter. I mean our new addition. I mean, it could upgrade the line in front of them so that both Jacob or McCarthy, most likely McCarthy, will be serviceable. I mean, we just got to play better defense in front of them. But all in all, I mean, positive performance for us, guys. It really has.
I still go back to the way you said a goalkeeper can't perform when you've got that bad a defence in front of you will apply to any goalkeeper, and I would apply that to Danny Ward as well. And I'm not saying that he suddenly turned into Gordon Banks. Jim, I just saw you crossing your legs then. I hope you have got some trousers or shorts or something on.
I don't really need to share that with you, but yes, I do. Thank you. You don't miss a thing, do you?
No, it's my job. It's my job. I want to pull you up on something you said at half time, though, Jim. And I did mention this in the second half bit. You said at half time, yeah, we're looking good, but we've got to remember we're playing Ipswich's B team. But in fairness, this was Leicester's B team.
Yeah, but this was the team that a lot of us feel a lot of these players should be on the field. And this was a team that brought energy. Now, what I remember telling Wayne as well, the Ipswich team may be equivalent to what we're going to see from a lot of the League One teams. So if we can put this team together and add in a Will Alves and a few other players that maybe a JJ if they want to bring him in or whoever, that will really improve them. And I think we can be really competitive with this team. We just need to figure out what players are going to play across that back. And I think we can go toe-to-toe. He's got to see that, though. He's got to see that.
No, I agree that this is the team we want, and I agree that this is the team that's played the best out of any, the 4 matches this season. But on paper, it's still our B team because he's not been picking them for the main team. So, it's a team that's not played together, as in if you'd played the team that went against Burton, who have played together, 3 games already, you'd expect them to be better together. But I take your point. McAteer, Wayne, what a shame he scored and he was offside.
Yeah, the commentator's saying. I mean, he said, "Sorry, he's out on the wing. He can look right along the line, and he still gets caught offside." And that's one thing I made a note of. I think we played the offside trap really well.
Yes.
And that's the first time I've actually felt, and we weren't playing, sometimes we played it in the past and you're like, holy crap, oh my God, we're letting them in. I felt really confident in the way we were playing the offside and we looked really organised because they've got some quick players and clever players up front. So, yeah, really happy with the defence, happy with offside. They got caught offside loads of times. So, job done.
Just want to say a couple of messages here because the guys have been absolutely going mad in the in the presenters chat. Reece says lots of positive tonight. Kate, the energy and pace alone has been brilliant. If you can play quick ball like a lot of times tonight, then you can sometimes play out from the back, which is basically what we've said. Woyo looked bollocks, although that was you, Wayne. Kate, I think the breath of fresh air at this team is great, and Cliver absolutely no way back for those 2 centre backs from the Burton game. I've got a feeling that at least one of them will be there, because I don't know whether, although the new guy might not start, but he might come on. So yeah, I mean everybody's sort of in a positive mood. I mean, all I can say, Wayne, I'll stick with you for this, but all I can say is that I started this game, and yes, I went for 3-1. I know some people were going 7 in the chat and what have you, but I said, I'm not bothered if we get knocked out tonight because it's a, like I just said, it's a game, a cup too many in this season. But I was really annoyed at the end that we hadn't won it, especially when their second and third goals were in off the post and crossbar, which you hit that, it can go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a close but no cigar kind of game. But what I like about that is, look, you can look at that on the negative spin, but we were in that game. Football skill-wise and organisational, we definitely matched them. We had more chances than them. Really impressed, Chris. Really impressed. Yeah, you don't want loads of possession and not to really be scoring goals. The idea is to convert your possession into clear-cut chances. But everything else, if anybody really moans about that performance, then come on, you know, give the team a chance.
Well, we'll find
Like
out.
in the
Mate.
chat, loads of people encouraged in the chat. You know, it was a great performance.
All I'm going to say is, we'll see when we come to the performance reviews what everybody thought. Mr. Two for performance, Tom there.
2 against Burton was very reasonable. I love you, lads, but I think I was right on that one.
Well, the official one, by the way, did I say it? I can't remember if I said it at the time. It was 5 on that one. But when we went a goal down, 62 minutes, we'd made the substitutions. Bistrick had come off Dick Overreed, and look, he is still, he is still finding his fitness. And it's not a case of, well, he should be fit by now or he should be a professional footballer. He's not only that, he's coming to a league that plays completely different to where he's come from. I mean, you could argue that they run around a lot just to keep warm in Finland. I don't know. But, yeah, it takes him a bit of time. And we went 1-0 down almost immediately after we'd made the substitutions. That first goal, Tom, God's sake, how much room did they need? Now, all I could see was he scored behind him was Luke Thomas. Now, I don't know whether we can blame him for that goal or not being picked up, because as I say, I'm a bit behind you and then I'm reacting to what you said while it's still happening. But we can't afford to give players that amount of space, can we?
I think it was an unfortunate one in regard to, I think that's when some of the players started looking a little bit bollocks, to be honest, because Koulibaly looked like he got caught on his heels. Literally 5 minutes before then, there was a similar opportunity for Ipswich, and he came steaming back and got ahead of the winger and got the ball off him. So, he got caught on his heels that time. They all got caught on their heels. They've been playing the offside trap as well as a new defence. I think eventually when you have 10 of those and you get 9 of them right, one of them isn't going to end up in that sort of position, right? And just the guys in the chat, like, who were going off saying nothing positive, losing 3-1. This football club's been on its arse for 2 years, guys. And like, I know it's not like enough to go out there, and maybe draw this game, anything else. Like, the severity of how bad it's been, just a step forward today, I think, is something we can hold on to and go, that is an ash of the start of an ember.
Yeah, I was just going to pick that up, Tom, is that there is nothing positive about losing 3-1. Yes, there is a lot positive about that game, because the way we played was the best we've played, in my opinion, and it is only my opinion, as I said, best we've played for 3 seasons.
I think the energy, Chris, I mean, like, this is the thing, right? Last season when we were getting relegated, you question at times JJ was the only one, Jordan James, who was bringing the right level of energy. Everyone else was sort of they looked lazy, if that's the right word or not, right? We got a long way to recover from that, and that's been a hangover for 2 or 3 years. And I just look at it like this. Look, we all want to be back winning games of football, but the state the club is in, and yeah, we can point fingers in many certain directions for that. Tonight's a sort of one where if the players come on and saw the post-match, I just want them to know I appreciate the energy that was put out there tonight, because I've been calling for it a long time. It might not have been perfect, it might have been ugly at times. Thank you for that energy, and please keep doing it.
Yeah, and George says the happy clapper mentality.
Not at all.
Pathetic.
Negative as hell, mate.
It's pathetic. It really is. I mean, if you're
that's the best football we've played for all of last season.
Yeah. And that, I think that, George, if you're going to say something that's going to add something to the conversation. Have some mentality of your own, and add, if you tell us what was wrong, what went wrong. Okay, I'll tell you what then, George, and also Brian as well. Tell us what was worse tonight than what we played against Burton. So we played Burton, we lost 2-1. We played Ipswich, a Premier League team, or I know only just, but a Premier League team, we lost 3-1. You tell me what you thought was worse from Leicester's performance today than when we played Burton on Saturday, and I'll be interested to see what you come back and say.
And we've done it with the younger players as well, which we've all been crying out for.
Yeah, I mean, Clibbo says everyone's entitled to an opinion. They are, Clibbo, if you put an opinion in. Agreed, happy clapping mentality. It's not an opinion, it's talking out your arse. I'm sorry. Come back with a decent opinion. Wait a minute, Jim. Sorry.
No
Come back with a decent opinion. It's like these people that go in on the social media, and if you put a post up saying, well, that's a stupid bloody thing to say, isn't it? Well, you say something clever then, because you obviously haven't got anything clever to say. And then Gray says, obviously watching a different game. It's opinions. It is opinions. But let's see if they come back and give us anything that we did worse today than we did against Burton. Jim, sorry, you were going to say something.
No worries. I mean, the facts are it was a 3-1 defeat. That's the facts. But when you watch the game, you saw a positive outlook to the way the players played on our team, the energy, the way they played together, the desire. That's all positive. That's what we're talking about, okay? The defeat is the defeat, okay? Like you said, Chris, 2 of them off the woodwork, off bad passes. We shored a little bit of that up. Sometimes it's difficult for managers to drag out of players desire and energy and the want to win, the want to play well. These guys showed it to us today. I know you love when I use those Americans.
No. I'm just laughing at the response from the guys is losing.
Yeah,
so you can't say you've literally got no point there, Brian, in saying as to what we did worse today. Why we can't be positive? Losing is losing. Ooh, let me go and change my nappy. I mean.
We're analyzing the effort. The fact, Brian's right, we lost, but that's a fact. The other part of it is if you watch the game, you can see this was clearly different team than what we've seen, not only the first 2 games, but to what you 3 guys said, even through all of last year. There wasn't a start to finish energy on the field like we saw today, and that's positive.
I'd like to say that's almost like saying to someone who's learning to walk again for the first time, why aren't you running after your first footsteps? I think you've got to be very careful with that attitude, lads, really, because that is when things are unnecessarily in the wrong direction, for my opinion. But I do agree, losing is ultimately losing, but we're coming from a very difficult place for me.
Yeah, it is. But 1 second, Wayne, sorry. What I would say is these are probably the sort of fans who are going, well, we should be pissing this league. We're Leicester, we're too good. Well, I'm sorry, you're sounding like Manchester United fans. Oh, we haven't won the league in 10 years. We should be winning the league. No, you fucking shouldn't. If you deserve to, you'd be doing it. We are an awful team. We are being beaten because we're the worst team. Yes, we've been beaten today, but it's the manner in which you lose. It's not the fact that you've lost. It's the manner in which you've lose. Let me just ask the 3 of you quickly, with a show of hands here, who has come off this game thinking, because I started this game, as I said before, I started this game going, I don't want to be in this cup. Let's just get out of it and get it out of the way. Some guys in the chats were going 7-0 and 6-0. And yet at the end of it, I was disappointed we got knocked out. Am I the only one that's feeling that, or do you guys feel that as well?
Yeah.
Tom does, Wayne does. Jim, yeah, he thought about it for a bit, but Jim does.
No, I didn't. I was waiting for who you were going to ask.
Sorry, no, mate. Wayne, sorry, you wanted to come in before.
Yeah, it just depends what a lot of the Leicester glory from the past. You get a lot of the reruns of the, it gets quite emotional. But that is the past, So relatively now, compared to our recent past, and all the wheels falling off the wagon, you can see signs of optimism, and that you can see the young kids being used. You can see cohesion. You can see appetite. And it's not about people having opinion better than somebody else. It's the fact that, it's easy to be critical of people, and these fan channels are that way. But sometimes if a team puts effort in, the play is a team, and they do go toe to toe against Ipswich. This is not like a League One side. This is Ipswich. So I'd say that every player going off that pitch can feel really heartwarmed and be glad of their effort.
And I'm not saying, Bad, that my opinion is better than anybody else's or yours isn't worth. What I'm saying is, if you've got an opinion, back it up with something. Losing is not backing up an argument. I mean, if you're going to say, like I said, I challenged you and the other guy, whoever he was, I challenged you to tell me what was worse tonight than on Saturday, or as bad tonight as on Saturday. And you haven't come back with one thing. And to me, that rests the case. Very quickly here, Caroline couldn't watch, but listened and was very heartened by today's game. Would see many of these players selected for the first 11. Interestingly as well, I'll tell you what, guys, if we'd have won tonight 2-0, half these guys wouldn't still be here because they'd have nothing positive to say. And that is a fact, that we get more people watching. Arsenal Fan TV always, although they would deny it, privately said to me that, yes, when we lose, we don't enjoy losing, but when we lose, we get more viewers. And that's the thing.
And like Advice said, Chris, the fall is easy, the climb back is hard.
It is.
It's hard. It's a hard route back.
And we're coming back from the worst position in living memory. And that's what we've got to remember. Jim, getting back onto point here, the match. 1-0 down. And then I was about to say to Tom, let's see what we're made of now. Let's see how we react. And the best way to react is by getting the equalizer.
Absolutely. And I thought they were starting to take the game over. I mean, leading up to the goal, I thought they were starting to take the game over, and then they scored. I was a little bit worried myself, but you're right. Equalizer, boom. And it put a little more pep into our step, and it lasted, I think, 4 minutes. But it was good.
It's on our party.
It was good.
But then, Wayne, that's how Ipswich reacted, wasn't it?
How?
By scoring a goal, yeah.
Yeah, they did, but, you know, look, the game was really, at one stage the game was getting like a basketball game. It was end-to-end stuff, really. And they can go either way. So we were trying to score, they were trying to score, and that's the way the game, you know, one thing I do like, we didn't try to close up shop, which we've done before, and that's really bit us hard as well. So I like the fact that we still tried to take the game to Ipswich. And I think that bodes well for the future. And I think you're right. Like Tom was saying, he's been asking for the attitude for a while. Jim knows that sort of thing. You said that. We, you know, the attitude is everything. And attitude, when you got skill and youth, you can build something really strong and positive. And I think, you know, let's see if Russell, it's just going to be really interesting what Russell, how he chooses the squad in the first 11.
It is. It's a big game Saturday. Is fitness still an issue, Tom? Because we're saying about all these players were puffing and puffing, and we've been saying for a few years that they were out of condition, and then Martin came in and made them do a double training and all this. Is it still a problem for us, do you think?
Well, I think certain players definitely dropped off in their energy levels towards the end, which is to be expected when you're an athlete anyway. And I think some of their performances then started to go down a bit. You could say it for Koulibaly, McFarlane looked a little bit like it at the end as well. Louis Page, Howe towards the end before he came off. So, yeah, no, I think there is something in that. Of course, certain players have come into the clubs at different times, especially the loanee ones, right? And it is very much a Martin mantra as such to have incredibly fit players and work themselves hard in that way, right? So no, I think in some ways it's not unexpected. I mean, you could argue, look, tactically from Russell Martin, is there a way you could probably save some legs in certain parts of the game? This game was pretty full on for 90 minutes, wasn't it? There was never really much of a respite in it, even when you were passing around the back.
Even though you tried to give us a hydration break. I mean, but the thing was...
Well, Luco did.
Is that intensity for ages, and no wonder they're bloody knackered.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, you can probably add some more game management in there, but when I hear myself talking about game management, I also get concerned about us passing it around the back too much and getting ourselves into trouble. I mean, but Ipswich, like us, both teams really pressed when both teams was playing out from the back today, didn't they? I'm not sure you'll see that more often than not in League One. Perhaps they'll stand off you a little bit more at certain occasions, although, to be fair, Burton didn't, did they? So we'll see on that one when we get to MK Dons. But no, I think that all comes with just a little bit of tweaking along the way, really. But, I mean, credit to them for doing it, Chris. Credit to them for laying it on the line and that energy in this game.
2-1 down, Wayne. A bit of a not quite the halfway line that Patawu did for Leicester or Braybrook did for Newport. but we owed Ipswich that, didn't we? But had that game gone to penalties, I think you could say we would have deserved it.
Is it Jim, Chris?
Who did I say? Sorry.
Said me. Is it Jim?
Well, you answer it then. I'll go to Jim next.
Go ahead.
What was the question?
Yes, if we did deserve to go to penalties, Wayne. Say that.
When you were asking the question, I was thinking, hang on a minute, it's Jim's turn. So I was
Well,
thinking,
we'll go back to Jim then, because he heard the question.
I do think had it gone to penalties, we would have deserved it because we were in the game from the start. A couple miscues got their goals. Yeah, we would have deserved it because I think we played a really good game start to finish.
Wayne, sorry about that. That is my. I've done that a couple of times tonight. I nearly had to go and wash my eyes because Tom told me after that goal went in, we made a couple of substitutions and we went 3 at the back.
yeah, unbelievable. It was a double take moment, wasn't it, Tom? 3 at the back, you're thinking, how we line up? And yeah, unbelievable. So, well, that's different, Chris, isn't it? Because normally you have to put matchsticks in your eyes because the game's so crap.
Yes.
Washing your eyes out. Yeah, to be honest, you had to go for it. And I think that's what, if we hadn't gone for it, then probably it would have been 2-1. I'm just really encouraged by that. And what I like as well, McFarland didn't look out of place, looked like his regular player. Louis Page, Rolls Royce. But those players like him and Koulibaly, wow. But definitely those 3 ran out of steam towards the end because they've not been playing regularly. And you could see that they would then become a bit exposed in the way that even Louis Page was looking a bit struggling. But brilliant.
Tom Alves made the difference when he came on, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was unfortunate because one of those he caught a little bit sweeter and we'd gone back to 2-2, I think then all of a sudden we got a very different game on our hands for the last few minutes. And it was that sort of game where it was a lot of half chances for both teams. And if you take one of them, and Ipswich obviously took one off the post and then the one off the bar at the end, right? I think, it was very open in that regard to either side. And I think that's what we mustn't forget in this, as well. So, we need to see hopefully a little bit more, confidence in him getting that ball struck a little bit sweeter perhaps. But no, I mean, interesting to see he brought him on as well, bearing in mind, obviously, it showed he wanted to really go for it. And just quickly go back to the formation. I wasn't ever sure with Russell Martin if he'd ever changed more than one formation. So actually for him to do that, I was quite encouraged actually to think, oh my word, we're actually working on more than one tactic here. I mean, Enzo didn't really do that, did he, too much? It was pretty much 4-1-4-1, and that's what we're going to do, lads, until whatever happens. So that's interesting. So yeah, a little smidge more faith with that.
Jim, the substitutions he made, and he got them totally wrong at the weekend. And, he admitted that result was on him. To me, he almost, against Burton, it was like, let's hold on to a 2-1 loss. Here, it was like, no, we're still in this. Let's go for it. And that was brilliant to see.
Yeah, and in my opinion, because we learned opinions are okay, Aluko was nicked up a little bit, so him coming off made sense. They brought Burns in. Koulibaly, he was just spent. So bringing JJ in, that made sense. I thought Connor Chaplin played well. I was disappointed he came out. Bringing Will Alves in for Harry Howe. Harry Howe played well, but Alves is special. So I didn't have any problem with that. I continue to have a problem with Bristich coming out to put this year's invisible forward up top. Okay, he is an invisible forward. Invisible
is alive and kicking in the form.
To be on. So when he put him in there, that just told me, well, you don't really want to score. So a couple of the substitutions because of tiredness and injury. I was a little surprised Chaplin came out. Love to see Alves in, but Bristich coming off and Bobby Drkova Reed in. Come
I
on.
don't know if anybody's ever seen Miracle on 34th Street, the later version. And at the end, and he goes, and I declare that Father Christmas is alive and is with us in the form of Kris Kringle. Well, like I say, Daka is alive and is still with us in the form of Bobby DeCover Reed. I have to say, after everything we were saying earlier, Brian, I agree 100% with you on this one. It will take 10 games before we know what we are doing. I think, and I think Steve said this an awful lot, is the team that we are seeing now, whether it's tonight or whether it was on Saturday, is not the team that we will see after the end of the transfer window. And I have said I will give it until September, the end of September, because obviously at the start of September, that's when the transfer window closes. At the end of September, you'll have had 5 games then to sort of bed them in. So by the end of September, I want to see an improvement. So yeah, Brian, we're actually in agreement there. God, shock horror. And on that note, what was it they say at the end of Top Gear? And on that bombshell, we'll move on to the. One last question, Wayne. Sorry, one last question. I've written down here that performance tonight reminded me of. And Tom's going to love this. I said this to him in the match. This reminds me of the team under Nigel Pearson. Yeah, there you go. Look, I said it. During that Great Escape season, when, yes, we lost games, but let's remember, stop trying to be a teenager, Wayne. But we want to remember, under Pearson, yes, we were losing, but we didn't get stuffed. There's no 4-0s or 5-0s or 6-1s or anything like that. We were in every game and we were fighting. And I've come out of that, and I want to say, and you'll see with my marks, I'm proud of the lads. But would you agree with me on that?
I always agree with you, Chris. Never ever disagree with you.
Stop brown nosing.
Yeah, it is. You got it. I would imagine. His post-match interview the last game was quite interesting, Martin. Thought we got to be careful, don't start blaming the players, but I think he'll be happy with tonight's performance. You got to be, if you're a manager like Tom FM, you'd be proud of your lads, wouldn't you, Tom?
Yeah, I would be. Yeah, so, I mean, like, it's going to be interesting one to score in a minute because it is performance, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that said, that's what we're going to come on to now. And as I said to you the other day, we're talking not result. We are talking because you can win 1-0 and play absolutely bloody awful.
Yeah.
You still take it because you got the win, but you can lose and play well. And I'm going to probably set Brian and one or two others off again, so I'm sorry for this. I'll say this and then I'll run out the room very quickly. For me, I give that performance, I'm actually going to give it 8. Because, like I say, it was the best performance I have seen. We never played like that under Marty. We never played like that under, there was the guy from Oxford that we got, Rowett. I can't ever remember playing that under Ruud van Nistelrooy. For me, our best, like I said, I know I'm saying 3 seasons, I am probably exaggerating. But I'm going to give that performance 8. Jim?
Well, I just look back at what I gave the last performance, and I don't know if I was drinking heavy or if I was sniffing glue or what, but, when Tom said a 2, it was more closer to what it was. I gave it a 6 last week, and I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it was, I don't know. So anyway, I would say a solid 7 because the effort and the energy across the board, that was good, across the board. And when we get to players, I just want to I'll tell you now, every player, there's probably only one player that I think really added nothing to the game. And that says a lot for the number of players that we had and the subs we had coming in. There's one player that added nothing to the game. The rest of them all were involved. So that in itself, did we get the victory? No, but we sure did have a good performance. So I'd say 7.
See, Gray, what a wonderful person Gray is. I like the cut of that man's jib. He's agreeing with me. So Jim, let me just go. So you gave a 7 tonight.
Right.
You gave a 6 against Burton.
I was wrong. I'll admit it. I don't know what I was thinking.
There was moments in that Burton game that we were playing well, but we were down. We'd lost. It was too late.
Tom was like, when you gave the scores, Tom was like, "What the hell weren't you talking?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite expressive in my face. You go back and watch it. I was making all sorts of fucking faces over that.
What was this tonight or last?
No, the Burton Albion post match. I was.
Yes, yeah, but I think as you said, I think you may have been judging it on the result rather than I don't know.
It's a part of it.
It's probably not the right night to give up sniffing glue, is it?
No.
Wayne.
I will give it are we having Arsenal or not this season, Chris?
You go for halves, yeah. We had
7.5. I think there wasn't anything you could really criticise anybody about. I think everybody played well as a team. I think there's, the younger kids do know how to connect the game better. 7.5 against a really good opposition as well. I hope we take that confidence, that it doesn't become cockiness, but it is confidence in your own ability.
I don't think the cockiness will come because it's the youngsters. So, but we will see. I mean, I nearly went 7.5, but decided to round it up for an 8. So I am allowing halves. I must tell Alan that actually. He doesn't really know. Tom, here we go, 3.
Well, I won't go like that. I'll say this: if I could give points out for just energy alone, I'd give a 10. I would. I know that seems dramatic because we lost the game 3-1, but that is just for the energy, and that's something which
Can I just say, sorry, Tom, just to interrupt, that Tom tonight is being sponsored by N-Power, and he apparently gets 100 quid for every time he says energy.
It's been my buzzword tonight, rather than absolutely, hasn't it, or anything like that. I know we have different ones, but it's not just about that. There's still a little few constructive criticisms you could put in there, like still would like to see slightly better passing, perhaps at certain points, and all the rest of it. But it's not a night to dunk on the lads because, like I said before, we're coming from a very difficult few years at this football club, and just to see that level of energy and effort, and the fact that we're going to match up against Ipswich, I'll go for a 7.
Your hell. Don't get a nosebleed, Tom.
I know. I've given I've given a 2 against Burton, a 4 against Notts County, and a 7 here. So
we're improving. Team's improving.
Man of the match. For me, it was an easy choice. I get totally what you were saying, Jim. Is that you'd think on that there would be it would be hard because it was literally every player gave their all, But to me, there was just one outstanding player, a player that wasn't even playing in what you would normally say would be his first position. It was like a secondary position for him. And to top off what was an excellent night, he went and he scored us the goal, and that's Aluko. I can't look past Aluko personally for man of the match there, although there was a lot of other good performances. Jim?
I can't argue with that. I know he came out injured. What I was saying more of, Chris, was they all contributed, and there was really no donkey of the match, although I have one, and we'll talk about the invisible forward later. But I thought, Aluko, you're spot on with that, but I'm going to go a little bit off course a little bit. I watched how Ipswich attacked our right defense side all day long. Okay, they didn't attack our left side.
No, it was all Jack Clark, Jim. All Jack Clark. Yeah. I
thought Christian McFarlane played very well the whole game. So he was the guy I would say man of the match. He was there.
Our left side, do you mean?
Yeah. Well, he played our left side, but they attacked on their left, our right, the whole game. And anyway, I thought McFarlane played solid. He had opportunities with the ball early, and here's another guy that hasn't played. So yes, Aluko certainly was a star, but I just wanted to. I go with McFarlane.
Fair enough. Wayne. I was just say Gray's agreed with Aluko as well.
I like to pick a different one. He's a great player, Luco, but I'm going to go for Page. I think masterful midfield performance, connected everything together. He did run out of steam towards the end, but he spins. He's like him and Braybrooke together. They just look after the ball.
Good call.
They don't give it away. And I think that's really important. Not only possession, but keeping the ball and progressing the ball forward. So for me, 100% that midfielder Page.
Page, fair point. Thomas.
Thomas? Oh, you mean Tom? Sorry, you want me to say Luke Thomas? Is that what you were leading me into there by saying Thomas?
No, just being polite, giving you your full proper name.
Fucking hell, I thought I was in Tom and Jerry then for a second. Do you
It's
remember when
gonna
the
be
mum used to shout?
It's going to be James in a minute, don't worry.
Oh yeah, go for the proper name. Yeah. It's an interesting one tonight for this because there's very often one player that sticks out, but I think like a lot of them. I mean, I think all of them got pretty bollocks after 70 minutes, really, and I think that's when things got a little bit difficult. But I even quite like what Chaplin did when he was involved today. He was, he was quietly sort of going around doing a good job. But I'm going to go over Luco. I mean, I think it is that thing of playing out of position, but also scoring a goal, also, defending quite strongly. Came back and made that last-ditch tackle, didn't he, when the offside trap didn't work. And I think, just the character he showed. And I think him, Koulibaly, even Luke Thomas tonight, I mean, not to be, Luke Thomas, I mean, he's not been the perfect player, but just the fact he had the right attitude, like he's had a lot of times as well. Did
he have enough energy, though?
Oh yeah, I think he did have enough energy there, Chris. He did, and also he tried to play through balls, didn't he, from the centre back position?
Yeah, he did. Jim got it.
I know. I'm trying to ignore it. Carry on.
Deserves a mention. You've just said it, and I've got to say Luke Thomas. Not necessarily the best player out there, but he was playing in a different position. And like I said, last time he played that role, although I think he might have been on the left of a back three, he had a good game as well. Maybe that is a better position for him, where he does maybe not go as far forward as he does when he's on the left back and get caught out. But I think, again, because of the way that I went with the Luco, out of position, I could say not the best player, but I do think he deserves a mention. Have you got a deserves a mention, Jim?
I sure do. And Tom mentioned him as well. I thought Connor Chaplin played well. I thought he played with experience, but also some leadership. I watched him giving instructions to a couple different players, including Jacob, and really didn't realize that he had the captain's band until he left the field. I don't know how I missed that. But no, I thought he played very well in that position.
Wayne?
Koulibaly. I just love everything. Like when the first game he played for, he's aggressive, he's really good on the ball. He's just one of these players, like we've got a lot on the side, that makes the right passing choice at the right time. And he's quick. He likes to get forward. But he was blowing. He really was blowing. He ran back once and then he bent over, didn't he? It was just that bollocks. So, yeah, Koulibaly, love him. Love his attitude.
We'll come on to this in a second. Tom, yours deserves a mention.
McFarlane. I think that, Luke Thomas has rightly got a bit of a love in tonight for centre-back, but I still think we've answered the question. I think McFarlane needs to be at left-back for the next game. Just the fact that when he had an opportunity to break through and stuff, he was brilliant.
You're right on that point, yeah. You're right on that one. Advisor, very brave here, putting his head above the parapet. I don't know whether he's done this just to wind people up or not. He said, I'll get pushback from some. We were missing Skip. Anybody agree with that?
Well, I've got a point on this. I think it was interesting. But my point on this is that I think Skip is going to make the pass completion better in that area. I think today we were giving away more balls in that area, but we were winning them back more as well. So I get what you're saying. I think there's a bit more of maybe a professional sort of passing element to Skip, perhaps. I'm probably using the wrong words here. It's been a long day. But I think with Louis Page's energy and Braybrooke's energy, it was a little bit more chaotic. There's something else you gain from that. So, I mean, he's not my main priority to go, to be honest.
No.
But what you'll get too is you'll get them playing well together once they start playing together as a unit. Once you start they'll know how to make the runs and they'll know when to get rid of the ball. Like we said earlier, these guys have not played together.
Indeed. Look, I'm going to give the last word to you, Jim. because I know that you're dying to say that why can't we have an extra man of the match, and I can give it to Bobby Dick Overeed.
If we had a donkey of the match, it was Bobby Dick Overeed. He did nothing. Actually, I had a note. Ball was played right through the goal mouth, and he was nowhere to be found. He does not need to be a striker. Otherwise, let's get off the negatives. Good effort from the lads. It was great to see.
I mean, do you think, look, he's not a striker, and we hope we might get another striker in, but I don't know, what do we, I'm just having a look and seeing if I've got a ham sandwich image of Dick Overeed. I haven't.
I think it's a bit harsh tonight. I think he came on and he assisted the goal technically by getting a little flick on, and he was providing the energy levels required. Look, I do agree he's not a striker, and I think he's quite an expensive rotational backup option for the club to have. But there is probably something to say about they've got to improve how the strikers play, because, I mean, Bristich felt a little bit separated from everyone else. Still, that will come with experience, right? Cullen, once again, felt a bit of the invisible man when he came on, didn't he? And you kind of think, well, is that because of just the profile of player he is, or is it the positional element of the tactics? I don't know. But I'd probably say Cullen was, for me, a little bit disappointing. But that's not being a bit harsh.
I've got to say that there's nothing, Bobby Dick Overeed could probably score 3 goals and I'd still not like him. And that's being unfair, I know. But but he's not a striker. He's a number 10. That's his main role. And the problem is we've actually now got better number 10s than he is. So, we need somebody, and another option if we're going to take Brisket off, to put Dick Overeed in there. I think he needs to go more in that number 10 role. I have to say, Jim, look at that suntan. Look at that.
Oh, come on. All right.
Walking along Daytona Beach is obviously. This guy. He sent me a video message when I was with Kate, and Kate went because she's only on her lunch hour. And I thought, I bet Jim's got something really, really insightful to say. I'll play this video, and I've played this video, and it's him going, "No, look at me, I'm on Daytona Beach." No. Yes.
I don't know what was more of a mistake. Me giving a 6 last week after the Burton Albion game, or sending that video just to say, have a good show. Last time I do that. Peace out, Chris.
What we couldn't see, I thought it was a scene off Baywatch. Because off screen there was all these female lifeguards in red suits and what have you. But love you, Jim. Love you to bits.
Likewise.
Right, guys, thank you very much. We'll be back on Saturday. Jim, you won't be here.
No.
I won't be here either, so you're in good company.
Wayne, are you free for the pre-match, or am I going to have to improvise on my own for an hour? You coming in?
Yeah, cool, mate, yeah. Cool.
Although Reese, I think, might have been available.
Yeah.
I'll take both of you. If Reese and Wayne are available, we'll do a freeway. That sounded wrong, but
I think Reese will be in afterwards, and so will Clibbo. And we will be back. We will be back tomorrow with the weekly news / transfer show at whatever time it is, 7:00. Look, Jim, Tom, Wayne, thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that's been in the chat. The figures have been amazing today. I wonder why that is. Anyway, and look, if we disagree with you, that's football. That's football. I always say, how to describe a football match? You go, you watch your team play the opposition, you yell abuse at the opposition for 90 minutes, and then you shake your hand on the way home and say that they played well. And that's what it's like in here. We will disagree, but everybody is entitled to their opinion. And thank you very much for being in. Please do like this video. That really helps the channel. Subscribe if you've been new. I know a lot of the new guys that will be chatting will have actually subscribed anyway. And if you're on your mobile when you come off, please do remember to hype. Guys, have a good one. Thanks very much for tonight. And I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys.
That's it for another show. And from all the team at Leicester LTiDtv, thanks for watching, listening and getting involved. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another show. Memberships are also available. Check out the link in the description below. So until next time, Foxes fans, remember, keep the faith and keep it Leicester till I die.